Boop. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Greetings. Your faithful inquisitorial acolytes are here once again. Welcome to Simulacra Presents Wrath and Glory Imperial Truth. I am your GM, Matthew, and these are my players. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Why is it? Okay, I should have. Tiny technical. I didn't fix this last time. I forgot about it. It's okay. I'll get
When have
the
you
stream
said
off
before?
Twitch. It'll be cool.
As per tradition.
As per tradition, something goes wrong. All right.
Time to throw loads of shade.
Well, before we get started, anybody have any mechanical questions? Any thoughts, concerns? Anything you want to talk about?
Nah, mate.
Big fat no. All right, Mr. Fats.
Yeah.
Give us the totally 100% accurate recap of the last session.
Well, actually, instead of looking backwards, I think I'm going to look forwards this time. Everything's going to be okay. I think everything's coming up. I think everything's fine. Like I had some pretty fine narcotics not too long ago, and I feel like everything's just going to be fine forever now. Maybe the Imperial will accept me.
This feeling will never stop.
Maybe this will never ever. Maybe nothing bad will ever happen to me ever again, or anyone I care about.
All right. To give the actual recap, our agents were basically wrapped up a little bit of research, got a bit of food, and then left precinct 82-4, and were shown a small hab block apartment that they were requisitioned, and they went to sleep. However, in the middle of the night, they were interrupted and by some people. They don't know the details of that. They just knew somehow they got inside. They were looking around. Bruce went to town on them. He stuck himself with a serious drug that he didn't know anything about, and all hell broke loose. Eventually, they had to. They soundly took care of the main sort of crew, and then this big mountain of a man came through and started wrecking everyone's face. It hurt a lot. But Bruce felt great, and he was amazed, and everything went fine. And basically, we're gonna open up this session right where we left off. You guys have just finished defeating and killing this monstrosity of a human being. Very rarely have you ever seen a human that big and that muscular and that dangerous, especially with just like his big old fists. Aid, you were sort of slumped down on the body. Everyone was kind of beaten up and bruised. But Bruce was just jogging around the hab block, feeling great. There's not a problem.
Yes.
So to clarify, Mr. Bruce, Mr. the Shark, you don't feel hyper. You just feel good. Like everything will be fine. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm being looked after. There's a higher power guiding me. I'm fine. There's no problems.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds good. Well, I was actually thinking of using my narrative declaration to sort of maybe I've caught a whiff of the drugs, or I have an inkling of where I can find more sweet drugs.
No. You do not know that. I'm sorry. I can veto those narrative declarations. However, because you defeated this gentleman and you weren't really able to utilize some of its benefits, everyone's going to start with 3 wrath this game rather than 2. Yeah, so I gave that all to you guys. So, congrats. So,
all right.
You guys, it's the middle of the night, ? You're still confused by, like, the time, like, your own timetable and how it all works. So
maybe it's daylight savings.
Yeah. Even though they do not have daylight here, like, ever. What are people doing? I believe, Aid, you're still pretty screwed up.
You're in the mirror.
Yeah, Aid, you can elaborate, or you're dying, or what?
Maybe you need to take a nap.
Casper, can you hear us?
Push to talk.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry,
okay,
my
sorry.
push to talk wasn't working.
It started. You're
I
the
would be
special
just sitting
guest
down on a chair.
man in the
slumped.
mirror.
Is anyone doing anything particular that I need note of? Bruce, you're still feeling good. Mac, you
What can I-
Jack to do anything?
Jack is going to search the bodies.
Okay. You start searching the bodies. What is Julieta doing? Did have a couple of hours. Your power. Oh, you're not. Nobody's currently in their armor. I forgot about that.
She
That
wasn't
was-
wearing her power armor.
Nope.
She was wearing her Imperial onesie.
Yep. The holy, sanctified Imperial onesie.
Comes with a hood.
It says "I love the Emperor" on it.
I heart Emperor imps. It's got the Aquila on it.
Yeah.
It's looking great. So
Juliet is going to look at everyone that is still here and make sure that they're okay.
yeah, you start looking over it. I believe, how many wounds do you have left? Aid?
Unconscious, isn't he? So 0.
Actually have 3 wounds left out of 7.
Out of 7. And what about you? What about Jackda? 4 out of
8.
Okay, so
I'm exactly at half.
yeah, they're both really roughed up. They're bleeding. Aid looks the most like injured. He definitely got some issues with his skull, and he'll need treatment. If you want to go ahead and make a Medicaid check,
Okay.
because I will call
Can I
this
assist?
a regroup. I believe they call it,
Yes.
where everyone will get their shock back, and she can make a check to see if she can get a wound plus any moves, any shifts.
We get all our shock back, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Can I assist with this?
No.
Remember, you have 3 wrath.
Yep. You do have wrath.
Is there any people around, by the way?
Yeah.
running
Actually,
around?
you're running around and feeling good. Yeah. Some people have definitely, as you make like loop or pass 2, there are some people out. They seem to be talking to each other and trying to figure out what's going on. And they see you just running a mutant.
Sprinting.
Sprinting just at full tilt. Go ahead and make me a toughness check for me, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
Wow.
Juliet,
That is a
So
serious roll.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
very
serious.
serious.
That's 6.
Yep. Yep. You guys have 1 glory because you got a 6 on the die.
Yay.
I will put that on the board for you.
Nice.
All right, and then yeah. So you want to shift at least 2 over, because you can only shift 6s. Okay, so you're gonna get 3 wounds back. Their aid. Yeah, she bandages you up. She pulls out. She goes back inside, grabs a few things, comes back, and injects you with a few like normal sort of like painkillers and anti-inflammatories and other miracles of the God Emperor's will, and says a quick prayer
Glues
over
your
you.
teeth back in.
Yeah, and you feel better. You definitely feel better. You've still got a rocking headache, but that's probably not going to go away anytime soon. But you're feeling much more up and able and capable. So what did you get, Mr. Bruce?
I got 6 for my toughness test.
You got 6 total.
6 total. Yeah.
Wow, you did very
You
well.
jealous or something?
Yeah, you feel great. Not a problem in the world. Not a problem in the world. You keep running.
Can I do an awareness to see if I notice anything about these people?
Nope,
I like-
you're running. Oh, you mean the normal
Do they
people?
say anything as
You
I go
mean the
past?
normal
Like what's the content of their conversations?
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of them are actually, when you see them, Sharkman sprinting, they sort of duck back into their house, like their apartments and stuff. Like they want nothing to do with you, because well, you're literally full tilt, 100 miles an hour, running down, and you're barely able to see you. And what they do see, they don't like. So,
Okay.
fair.
Fair.
All right. Jacta, as you're going through, go ahead and make me an investigation check, if you don't mind.
One.
Oh,
Fat one. All right. So, yeah, you go through. Yeah, they've got standard, like, one's got an auto gun. They've got some knives on them, mono knives if you want to take those. Those are just free items I'll let you have. They have nothing real of value. They do have a data pad, but it's mostly smashed. Unfortunately, in the ensuing combat, it got damaged. So what was ever on it, you'd need somebody with a lot more technical skill than even you to try to do something with it. Unfortunately,
Damn.
you're not initiated in the ways of the Omni Messiah, so it's hard to do those sort of hard tech. If it's not working, it's very hard to deal with it. But you do notice on the big guy has nothing of super value. He barely has armor, but he's just a big, probably roided out monstrosity of a person.
Bruce's cousin.
Bruce is actually a little bit, actually not that. Bruce is big, but this guy was just built like a wall. This guy was. Obviously, some definitely chemical or cybernetic enhancements made him that big on some level. He could not have done that to aid without some form of help. But regardless, what you do find, you see on the inner arm of this big guy, he's got a very large tattoo. This tattoo is very similar to one that you saw on the other guys that ran you off the road when you came to town roughly over a day ago. You don't know what it means, but you do know it's similar. It's similar enough to get your nose twitching about it.
What does it look like?
I'll come of something, but it does not look like the symbol that you probably are thinking of.
Okay.
It's very different. This looks like more of a traditional ganger symbol rather than a sort of like occult symbol. But
okay. And real quick, you did say that it was that I found a data slate that was locked somehow.
Not blocked, broken.
Oh, broken. Okay.
Data pad. It's not shattered, but it's very busted. It's kind of like
Right,
somebody
just
dropped
busted,
their
just-
iPhone from
exactly.
2 stories up and just let it.
We'll just call Mechanicus support.
Yeah. Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
I've got Omnisci Care.
All right. So after a little bit, Bruce, you are back with the group. You are slightly winded, but still perfectly good.
I just want to. Oh, I just feel really good, guys. Someone hug me.
No, thank you.
That's all right.
Hey, Manu,
Sure.
you can have some food soon, okay?
So so you guys are there. Bruce is there. If you guys want to talk and chit chat, feel free.
Mm-hmm. What have you guys been up to? I'm just going for a run.
Lots of pain.
Oh yeah, sorry, saw that. Probably should have helped out.
Hey, Russell, who wants tofu? Or
I'm just looking at him as I'm like going
Go get
through
some
the
breakfast,
bodies.
Daddy.
Oh, got anything cool? I point
No.
at the bodies. Oh, shame. Oh man. Look, we should probably get going. Get out there, figure out what's going on, don't you reckon?
Yeah, as Bruce is sort of like twitching out a little bit, a gentleman walks through sort of down the hallway that you guys are, and this one he's dressed similarly to the ones you've seen before. It looks like one of these suppressors, but this looks more like a beat cop, like somebody who just works in the region, and obviously somebody has alerted him, and he comes walking down there, and he's like, and he's got a shotgun. It's not aimed at you, but it's like at the ready, and he's just walking down going, and then he stops and sees you guys and the dead bodies, like, what in holy terror went on here? Who are you, and why should I not arrest you all right now?
I just stare at him.
Oh.
Really?
Now he shows up.
Yeah, where have you been, mate?
This is
You've
this
been
is not a guy you've
sleeping?
seen. Just so you know, this is not a guy you've seen before.
Hmm.
This is somebody else. He's like, I'm asking who you are and why there are 5 dead bodies in this Havelock.
They
Well, that'd be
broke,
because we killed them.
Urban
His
violence.
gun slightly raises. He's like, for what reason?
they broke in. They attacked us. We defended ourselves.
That's answers to questions I need. Thank you. Now, what are your names?
Aid.
Get fucked, narc.
He looks at the scavy. He's like, that one is with you.
Yes. Same with a sister.
So
That one's a bit weird.
actually, it'd look a little weird because she's not in her like traditional garb. Most you don't see. I mean, her haircut probably is, but in her tattoo. But unless you really know what sisters are, because actually not a lot of people know what sisters are. She just looks like a woman in clothing with a tattoo on her face.
Still say it nonetheless.
All right, I will be back. I'm going to report this in and bring a cleaning crew. I'm sure there'll be more questions from those higher on up the food chain than myself.
You can report it directly to Hellreich.
Helric, I will do that. Thank you. And then he does not turn around. He walks slowly backwards, and then when
That's
he's
a good
a
idea,
good
mate.
distance away, he then walks off. And you
And
guys
now
are-
it's time to leave.
All right, let's go. Where are we going? Actually, what time is it? So is it? We don't know what time it is. Do we?
Well, no. If you guys get in and look at your chronos, they're probably inside.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I don't have one, so-
roughly the equivalent of like 4 in the afternoon. Remember, your internal clocks are all
Yeah.
screwed right now. So these a lot of people that came out were just had gotten home. So they were
Okay.
breaking and entering in the middle of the day, quote unquote the day, which is basically when everyone was at work.
Yeah. Okay. And it's obviously just dark because we're in like a hive.
It was just
Yeah.
dark because you were inside.
Okay.
And it has shitty overhead lighting, and you guys didn't have the lights on inside.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I attempt to heal myself?
How? You spin around.
I don't know. Wait, what'd you say?
Wait, that's right. It only gets you shock back. Wrath only gets you shock back. It doesn't give you wound
Mhm.
back. Yeah, you can attempt to. I will. Yeah, you can.
Wrap some bandages.
Yeah,
and
make a
anything I
Medicaid
can find.
check. Yeah, sure.
I guess while he's doing that, I'm gonna sidle over to the guys and talk and like, well, what? We've got like 2 days before we have to go meet this dirty, smelly friend down the underhive. What should we do until then? Just super restless.
Two success
Patiently.
with a critical
Alright,
on the wrath.
Yeah, so you get another one, and you can move that 6 and heal yourself additional one, so you get 2 back.
Woohoo!
I'll get you guys another glory. You got 2 glory on the board.
Hmm. Yeah. So what do you guys reckon?
I reckon not staying around here.
Yeah, I think the cops are pretty crooked here. Gotta say, not feeling great about the whole thing.
I'm gonna go put my armor on.
I'm going
Put
to
the rest of
my
your face back
armor
on.
too.
Likewise.
All right, so everyone goes and gets their stuff.
Yes.
Right, yeah, you get in. It's your Juliet. Your armor is about a little over halfway charged, which means it's gonna be good for about 2 days before it needs to be charged
Okay.
again. It's gone through its own proper cleaning procedures. You anoint it before you get inside. Very basic stuff.
Shh! Oi! Hey, shush! Inside voice. Inside voice. Sorry about that.
It's all good. Kids, they do that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you guys get your stuff on, and as you're getting your stuff on, hey Bruce, I'd like you to roll me what is that fancy thing? A corruption test. Oh yes, that's it.
Corruption.
Yep.
Easy.
On the attributes tab.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
machine.
I got it.
I think it's essentially just.
Oh
a-
no! I'm gonna use
That is a critical failure.
Okay. Yeah, and you got no successes. I gotta. Hey, everyone, audience members, I have to go get the book now because Matthew doesn't know what happens.
thinking of using a wrath.
No, you want to let this happen, sir.
Actually, too late. It's a roll, not a test. Or is it a test? I can't remember. I'll look it up. You're actually supposed to. You can use corruption.
Oh, so that was conviction anyway, not corruption.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Boop, boop, boo, doo, boo. Hey, boop, boop, doo, doo, doo. Fats, can you bring your audio up a little bit?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't really know how to do it in this, but I'll give it a go. Your settings.
Now you got quieter.
Yeah, I know. I mean. Yeah. Just like that. Is that better?
Yes,
That's way better.
It's like as high as it can go. So
that's fine.
cool.
I don't need void chips. I don't know what's trying. I don't need stupid void chips.
Manny, they all gone. Daddy's making you a sandwich.
You've actually got a really good conviction score.
Yeah, I think. Well, I rolled the wrong thing.
Well, it's the same thing. Because the corruption
Yep.
test is your conviction attribute versus the default of 3.
Yep. That's malignancies. They're temptation and corruptions. That's it. All right. So you rolled. What was it? Yeah, okay. You.
I
got-
rolled.
Doesn't
fuck
matter.
all.
You failed, which means you at least get one corruption.
It's
Drugs are
typically-
bad, okay?
It's typically what happens is you roll, and then if you roll like a 1 on the fail,
Yep.
on like the crit thing, you take double the amount of corruption that you would. So, I take double whatever I was gonna
Yeah.
take.
So you take 2 corruption. You're gonna have. You now have 2 coins of corruption.
Oh, dude, what are we even worried about? I can do that like a bunch more times.
How many
Yeah.
corruption do you have already, sir?
None,
I have
actually.
0. So I have
Scabies
2
actually don't
now.
start with any corruption.
Yep.
I'm really unimpressed with you right now.
The problem is he didn't get the bonuses from you because you were in the other room when the drug wore off. Yeah, you just feel really kind of like this presence, this absence of a presence. Like,
Yeah.
you felt really good. You felt like, hey, everything's gonna be all right. I'm being watched over. There's nothing wrong. And then now you're like, is something watching over me? I don't think it is. It feels absent and a little hollow. You don't feel bad. Like, you don't feel like withdrawal or anything weird like that. It just you don't have this really good reassuring feeling. And you're not gonna take any penalties other than the corruption
Yeah.
you've already taken. But you definitely feel that, and that will probably linger for a little bit.
Oh god, guys, I need to feel better. I don't feel so good anymore.
They don't have any drugs on them.
Oh,
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
it's pretty bad for
Very
Brucey.
bad.
It's pretty bad. for
Bruce is either 1,000% or 0. There's no halfway with Bruce.
I feel terrible, guys. I feel really over emotional.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
So, you all get your armor on. Bruce is there, and he's sort of looking sullen. And yeah, what are you guys gonna do? Tell me. You guys got to figure out what you're doing and how you're gonna do it.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Before we sort of do anything, can I do a scholar test on the symbol to see if I recognize it?
Has Aid told everyone about it?
I don't know actually.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did.
okay,
I'm gonna say the scholar test still doesn't warrant you. It definitely, I would say, for anyone with the scum keyword, it definitely is a ganger tattoo. It's a symbol of a
Okay.
distinct gang.
Okay.
But the scholar test won't get you anything because you just don't have the context of the gang. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have.
Can
the
I
ins
do
and
like
outs.
a test to basically try and memorize it so that I'm
Oh yeah. I'll just say this is you got it.
okay? Cool.
I'll make it easy for you. I cut off the dude's skin where the tattoo is. There you go.
Oh, Jacta, that's horrible. Don't do that.
Noted.
I don't
That's
feel-
beautiful.
But what I was gonna say is, first of all, have I seen anything like this marked on like buildings or like tagged anywhere? And if not, can we go find one?
You definitely don't remember seeing this particular, but remember, the hives literally house billions of people. So
Mhm.
even the scant files that you guys have been able to peruse is only a small percentage of the information of like everything that goes on in a hive. So that is something you'd have to start go out and pursue. You'd have to go start talking to people, shaking them down, getting information. Basically, it's what's called a cunning test. Once you get out and start doing stuff.
Oh, I'm all about that.
Okay. I
Well,
would like you though, Jacta, to make a corruption test for me. It'll be fairly easy. But that was because you just instinctively, the first thing you did was, I'm just gonna flaze this dude's skin off and use it as my marker.
Let's see. It's the resist corruption, right?
Yes. You do get a bonus from Juliet because
Yeah.
Juliet is within 15, a
Aw.
couple meters.
Which
of you.
gives me what, 1 extra dice?
Yeah, 1 extra die.
So I got 1.
Yeah, that's all you needed. So you don't take any corruption. I'm just saying, be.
Hey, I'm a ganger. What do you want from me?
That's fine.
We don't have paper where we come from.
We just use our friends' backs. It's all right. So, by this time of him flaying the skin off and you guys getting all your armor on, there are a couple suppressors now at the end of the hallway talking to one another. They're definitely just, they're not actively coming towards you guys, but they're just like looking out and trying to secure the area.
But now
Alright, now
Juliet's
that
in
we
her
know-
power armor, right?
What?
But now Juliet's in her power armor, right?
Yes.
So we just send her after them.
Now she's big.
Now she's big.
Yeah,
Is-
she's about
sorry,
as
so
big
did
as
we-
they are.
What-
Well,
is
probably
there a
she's
way
about
out
as,
the back?
Yeah, she's about
there
as
a back
big as they are now, like with their power armor and everything on. Because these are big guys with a lot of bulky carapace armor. They actually actively wear
But
light
do they
carapace.
have tattoos on their faces?
No, they don't have that.
Yeah, well, they don't have that.
Just out of curiosity, does she have like a helmet she wears, or does she go open head?
Well, that's up to Juliet, but I would assume she has a helmet that she wants. If she wants to wear it, she can.
Yes. But she has it open
Hmm.
to show off her pious bobcat.
Every sister has to have
bangs.
that exact haircut. Every single one.
Uh-huh.
What is there? Sorry, is there a back way? There's a balcony. Yeah.
Oh, sure. There's probably a back way. Like, you make a quick awareness check.
Aren't we on like some really high floor?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
how
but
these
there's,
dickheads get up
but
here?
you didn't. It's not like you have windows. You have to remember these places typically don't have a lot of windows.
Bruce could make a window.
Yeah,
Bruce
I can make
is a window.
So I got a 5.
Yeah.
For the awareness.
Yeah, you know back way. You were running around.
Okay,
You saw an
cool.
exit. Yeah.
All right, guys, come on.
You were running around. You saw an exit.
You're probably just gonna bite through the wall.
He
Yeah, I
made
think
an
we should
exit.
I think we should just not interact with these cops. Every time we do it, it's just a bad idea. So go. They've
I
not
think
done
they're
anything for us the whole
corrupt.
time we've been here.
Jack just starts wandering off in the direction that was indicated.
Okay. So yeah, you guys start one. Do everyone go? Everyone go?
Yeah.
No, I stay behind.
Oh
do?
man.
What?
Why?
Okay.
So you can get arrested.
No. All right. Yeah, you start wandering off, and you all see that A just stands there.
All right, see you, friend. Nice knowing you.
Okay.
I
Just
don't want to leave
stand there
Ed
silently.
behind. I think we
Look.
should wait for him.
No, look, he's all right. He's doing okay. He's much better now than he was before.
Abandon him.
As part of his face
He's
is
got
bandaged
like
up
a
and covered
hole
up.
in his face.
Yeah, well, you
They ain't gonna help you.
Hey, Mac, bring down your volume a little bit. You're peeking out. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, it's like these guys are dirtbags, though. Like, objectively, they stole our car. Also, little suspicious that we got robbed.
They
Just
stole her
putting it out
car.
there.
Yeah. So who's
Alright.
leaving? Who's staying?
I'm out of here. Bye.
Is that better?
What's
No,
Juliet?
Jack-
Know what
Jack
to
is out.
do.
Jack is out. Bruce is out. What's Juliet doing?
I'm going to wait with Aid.
Okay.
Oh,
So
Because friends
Aid,
don't
you
abandon friends.
Juliet, wait there. I'll get. Let me get with Bruce and Jack first to see what they're gonna do once they. Basically, after just a few minutes, you're able to leave a sort of through a couple tunnels and sort of walkways. You are out of that hab block specifically, and without your two companions, but with you. So where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I hold up the flap of skin, and I show them the symbol. Well, since they're gonna play administratum, I'm gonna go look for this.
oh yeah, sounds fair. I'll give you a hand, give you a good old shake,
Okay, sure.
and I think I'm
All
gonna
right.
help.
You guys, you're basically trying to run down that symbol and figure out what it is, who's a part of it, etc., and so forth and so on.
Yeah, probably scare
Okay.
some people.
Yeah,
Just grab some
you
random
guys
person.
need to make me a well, Jack specifically needs to make a cunning test because that's what you do when you want to go like basically get the word on the street. You make a cunning test. Bruce, you're welcome to assist him if you want.
Yeah, I think I might do awareness.
Well, what it would do is if you give him a plus die, that's you assist him. You give him a +1 die.
Or you give him a bonus depending on how much you succeed.
Oh,
by.
okay, sure.
Yeah, he's
So
got
it's
to
like-
roll it still.
All right, so go ahead and roll
Yeah.
that. Roll the runners. I'm totally down with that.
So I got what's the DN? I think it's typically DN3.
Yeah, this
But-
will be DN3 to help you for specifically
Okay.
to helping. So you.
So
got
I can give him 2 bonus die.
1, 2. Well, you can only move 6. You can only move 6s.
I'm moving 6. Yeah.
Actually,
Oh no, I think you
no,
can
you
move.
can't
yeah,
actually
okay.
because you
yeah.
can't make the DN without moving. If you move the 6, you don't beat the DN.
Well,
So
it's DN3. So
yeah.
I've got a 5, and a 4, which makes the 3.
oh, I forgot. I didn't see. I forgot about 4s. Or
Yeah.
give you. Yeah, you can move the 6 over. That'll give him 2 dice. I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So that'll give you 2 additional dice.
2. Jesus. 3. You know what? I'm gonna spend a wrath to re-roll the
Okay.
failures.
Sure.
So
1,
1,
2,
2, 3, 4. Is that
5.
5?
Yeah, because you re-roll the wrath die. Now re-roll that
Oh,
wrath
yeah.
die separately, so we know it's what the result is, because that can be a complication or an exalted icon.
Or just use the last die. Oh,
Well, that didn't help me at all.
Did it just
Ugh.
not help?
So
That
no,
didn't
I literally
help.
got no successes, and I did get a complication.
you gotta get glory, man. Just
Okay.
snap up some glory quick.
Sure,
We've got what,
sure.
2?
But how many total
Yeah.
successes did you get then? That what, 3?
I've got 3 so far.
And a comp.
Okay.
a complication.
And a complication.
Also, I have a comp for my awareness, so
Alright.
I'll have to
I
roll that.
will. Okay. That's gonna take you a couple hours of work. That's what this represents. Is you're hitting the street and figuring out who you're talking to. It's a little difficult at the beginning just because you don't actually know anyone, but you start heading towards basically down, and that's like you feel more comfortable of talking to people that are sort of on your wavelength, and you're able to start talking and getting to know people. All right, back to Juliet and Aid. After a little while, we'll say about an hour, Hellreich does show up, and he's looking very tired and very gruff, but he comes in and goes, "I see that I leave you all alone for a few hours, and I have
Oh
dead
my
bodies."
gosh. Oh my gosh! I scream into the heavens from no reason.
From nowhere that you can possibly hear this.
Yeah.
Well, they knocked on our door, kindly let themselves in, and we had a tea party.
Huh. He goes and looks at them and is like, "That's a little odd. Why is that one missing a piece of his arm?"
One of our compatriots took it as a reference symbol to look for more clues.
Do you remember what the symbol looked like?
Out of character, would I?
Make a quick intelligence test. This will be fairly simple because it was relatively recent.
When you say intelligence, do you mean just investigation or
No, actual intelligence, just the whatever the intellect, I think they call it.
Yeah. That's
Nice.
I got 2.
With a
Well,
critical
actually, you
success.
get 3.
Great, because carryover.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you were able to actually draw it out real quick, and he looks down and he's like, "Oh, that's
Oh.
problematic."
Why would that be?
I knew this gentleman. I knew this guy looked familiar. I've seen him around the precinct a few times. Hauled his ass in for several cases of assault, murder, manslaughter, other high Imperial crimes, but we never really could get it to stick on him specifically. Too many friends and not enough witnesses. He was he's associated, and I do mean associated, with a group known as the Black Fangs. They are, though this is a little north of their territory, they're farther afield than they usually are. Maybe the chaos. You said they let themselves in.
Quite so.
Huh. They're not ones. They do have some breaking and entering experts, but typically they just like busting down doors and taking whatever they can. I don't know these other people. He looks to the other ones that you guys took care of. Did you find anything interesting on them?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
We
Good.
found a data slate that was broken.
Do you have it? Yep. No, you
No.
guys don't have it. Jack doesn't have it. Jack helped him out with his 5-finger discount.
Oh, buddies took it with them.
All right. Well, if you can get it to me, I may have some friends that could do something about it. But the Black Fangs are well known, well connected. This one, let's say, I'm thinking of a good name. Rock, R-O-K.
Okay.
Rock.
Creative bunch.
Was never a full member, or he was an ally of theirs. He was more of a freelancer. I don't know what he was doing here and specifically at your place. This place is generally too close to the precinct, and there are a couple other, and he says this very reluctantly, other factors that keep them away from this area. I don't know what they're doing here. We'll take care of the bodies, and I'll find you new accommodations. I'm sorry. Obviously, the location of your location is compromised on some level. I don't know if they were specifically after you, but without any evidence, I can't say one way or the other.
He is so lucky I'm not here chewing him out. He's so lucky that I'm not shouting and screaming at this obvious traitor. Ugh.
I do request one thing.
What?
I would take off my helmet and I would show him my face.
He's taken slightly aback by the dent that is in your skull, basically now.
I have a question. Did you ever see him before he took off his helmet?
You guys have seen him.
Okay. I was
You
like,
guys have
is this
seen his
maybe
helmet
like the
without his
first
helmet.
time?
Yeah. He doesn't take it off often, but he does. It's like seeing Juliet out of her armor. It's not often you do, but you do.
That's heresy.
Heresy.
Dirty.
You're breathing. It's heresy. So you take off your helmet. So he takes off
Are you
his
saying
helmet.
anything?
I would put it back on after I would show him.
Oh, you're just showing him his your face.
Ask him to kiss it better.
Yeah, kiss it. Make out with him.
That is,
Sister, that is not necessary.
Take your mask off slowly.
I'm
Yeah.
very.
It is very.
I'm impressed that you are not dead. To say the least, this one was very notorious for being very brutal, very violent.
The Emperor protects.
He does indeed. Like I said, I will do what I can. Yeah, again, I don't know what they were doing here. If you can find that out, please let me know. Again, this is peculiar. And he wishes you go with the Emperor, and he starts walking off.
I really want to be a dick and just go to a body, poke it, and ask what it was doing here.
It does not give you a response.
I wasn't gonna do that. No, the character.
All right. So Jacta and Bruce. Well, actually, before I get back to you two, what does Juliet and Aid want to do? Because you're a little bit behind time with them, so you have some time to fill. You don't know where they went, though. If you probably talked around and asked for where did a man who looks like a shark go, you'll probably could find him. Maybe he is very particular, but finding Jacta will be, by his description alone, will be almost impossible.
Any chance? Do I have any throne gelt?
Yeah, you could probably. Yeah, everyone's got, I think, a number of wealth equal to your influence. Wealth / assets. I think it's wealth.
Okay.
I'd have to look it up, but I believe you have enough equal to your influence rating, on you. And that just helps you sort of, if you want to purchase something or find something, you can expend it to lower the DN essentially.
I did actually want to go to the textiles place that you mentioned last session.
Okay, sure.
I would like to do that too.
Okay. You want to go to one of the factories essentially.
Yes.
Yeah, the mesh places. Yeah, you definitely have the maps for that, and they're not super far away. Let me look at my reference map. So you are roughly near precinct 82-4, which is kind of smack dab in the hive proper. The vats for that's the spaceport. That's the water treatment plants. Oh, I didn't put them on here. Interesting. Thought I did. Okay. Yeah, they would be. They are right underneath the water treatment facility, which is towards right at the border between the hive proper and the underhive. The underhive is mostly all manufactorums and extremely low rent, quote unquote, low rent housing. This is where the people who do the most menial labor, the most abusive labor, are basically put. These are like where penal workers are used, that kind of stuff. Very, very gross, very toxic place. Especially the farther down and down you go. towards till you'll hit bedrock, and when you hit bedrock, that's when the mining facilities take over and sort of become very big, sprawling apparatuses. So you guys want to head there? Okay. All right.
Yep.
So let me get the Bruce into Jacta. So a
Yeah.
couple hours later, talking to people, getting to know them, throwing a little bit of money around, and sometimes Bruce like picking a dude up and just grinning. Get you guys a little bit of information that this guy was named Rock. He was a heavy.
Oh, yeah.
He was a leg breaker for hire, and he liked to frequent a bar or a sort of a dive near the border of next to the power plant, near the Underhive, the beginnings of the Underhive proper. And that's pretty much where that lead is leading you. You do find out that symbol. Actually, no, you don't know the symbol is tied to this group yet. Though people are, they wouldn't know, but they do know about this guy because of his unique reputation. So, are you going to follow that lead or do something else?
Can I also say that during the time I've been asking about these lovely drugs as well? Where can I get more of these?
Well, you don't have any left. Remember, you gave one to.
I know what
Hellright.
it was called though.
Yes, it's called Midnight.
Midnight. Where can I get some more midnight?
You will need to make a separate influence check.
Okay. There we go. Oh, and also, can I add wealth?
Well, it does not give you automatic successes. It just lowers the DM. So,
Well, I think it gives you extra die, but
no, it generally lowers it. But I'll look real quick.
Yeah.
Since we're making
It
influence checks.
gives you an automatic icon, is what it does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, but again, it's one icon, so it's not like it's an automatic success.
Okay. Sure.
So I'm going to spend a wrath first of all to reroll that
Okay.
because I fail.
Yep.
And then I'm going to spend all my wealth. Or can you only
Okay,
spend one
sure.
wealth? So that's, and then just reroll that d6. Motherfucker. All right.
So you had two
No.
total dice.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you get to re-roll the wrath die because you didn't get success on it.
No, I did.
Okay.
That is the same die. I have one. Oh no, you're right. No, you're right. I did.
Yeah,
No.
if you have two dice,
Fair
one of them is a wrath die, you re-roll both of them. Nope.
Oh.
Unfortunately, one icon is not enough. So you spend some money trying to figure this out. So you have one less wealth. Nobody, either some of these guys have never heard of it, or those that have heard of it don't have any. And they're actually saying that they're on short supply this far elevated in the hive. You'd have to go farther down to potentially get more.
Okay, cool. Easy.
So you head down to this dive bar, and you basically, Jacta, Bruce, this is a scum of the earth sort of place. This you knock on a very heavy iron steel door, and a dude looks at you through a peephole and sees what you look like, and then lets you in because you obviously don't look like cops. You hear a couple clanking of the locks and various barricades coming out, and you're let in. And it is a little dive bar where they sell really bad sort of hooch, maybe some spiced up recaf, and sell a few like what was it, low sticks and other very passive drugs. People are looking at you. They're all gnarly. A lot of them have scars. Some have cybernetic parts, either hands, eyes, that kind of thing. They're obviously carrying weaponry here. So you have like las pistols, auto pistols, that kind of thing.
Cool.
There's some Vox that's barely working, playing
Huh?
some like crappy choral
With the
like
hose?
music.
Okay.
Oh, that's really cute.
I think. I don't know.
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
Jack because you got to the cunning. I think.
How many people are in here? Like
Yeah.
roughly.
This is probably like 20 odd people.
Okay.
We could
Romantic.
easily take 20 people if we needed to.
My romantic
Don't worry.
back.
How many of them appear to be patrons, and how many of them appear to like work?
Most of them are patrons. There's one girl that has a shaved, like a pixie cut, which is basically half her head is shaved. She has long black hair on the other side. She's got a couple gnarly scars over her face. She's the bartender. She's fairly well built too, so she's definitely a person that's seen a few things in her lifetime. There are a couple other men and women of various types serving drinks and getting things in and out. There are a couple tables that are definitely exclusively like cordoned off and definitely enclosed onto themselves. Like it's just a round table with nothing but people around it, and they're obviously talking to each other. So these are people that obviously know each other fairly well and are talking about stuff.
That's like the main group, and everybody else is either like off on their own or maybe with
No,
like
there's
one
a
of
couple little groups like that. There's a larger.
Oh, okay.
There is one large group that has like 7 people at one table. They're probably.
Are there anybody in this bar that is openly displaying the tattoo?
That would be a awareness test. Unless you guys both make it if you're actively looking for the awareness test. Or is Bruce looking for that tattoo, or are you looking for something else?
I'd be more looking for drugs, but
Okay, that is actually going
First
to be
you would.
more of a cunning test for Brucey.
okay.
So I got.
Because he's just looking. You would be the cunning. You'd actively be talking to people like, hey buddy.
I got 5 icons.
Wow.
I'm in my element now.
Yeah, you are.
Up until now, it's been dealing with cops.
And
Next.
Bruce got.
I got a 0.
That's not physically possible.
It's literally possible.
Oh no, he got 0 icons, is what he
Okay,
means.
okay. Oh, yeah. That's okay. Got it. I was like, it looked like you rolled a 0.
Because
like,
apparently Bruce only has 1d6 in cunning.
Yeah.
Because he's only
Right.
got nothing in cunning and 1 in fellowship.
Yeah.
I feel like fellowship should be based on int. I mean, cunning should be based on int, but
I know
whatever.
it's cunning is street smarts and sort of like haggling, going back and forth.
That's why gangers are great.
AKA it's basically streetwise. If you want to take it like D&D terms, it's or some
Streetwise.
other streetwise. But you're looking around and people are like blowing you off and like they're blowing Bruce off because they're like,
Ugh.
what's a stupid mutant talking to me for? That's gross. Whereas or they're just kind of like, I don't have anything. I get away. Whereas Bruce is kind of attracting some attention. Like people are
Good.
kind of like starting to look at Bruce. Like this mutant is just walking around talking to people, trying to get stuff up. And
Have a look, fellas.
but that gives you the opportunity to sort of look at them when they're not paying attention to you, so they can. It's harder for them to actively hide. And definitely around that big table, there's a couple of people at that table with that symbol.
So, question: Is this big group of people? Are they just talking? Are they gambling? What are they doing?
All of the above.
All of the above.
Get some gambling down.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of test would be involved with gambling? Just out of character.
Let me look at a character sheet real quick. I'll let you know.
No, we should play a round of actual poker.
Do you even
No.
have any money left?
Yeah, he's got
I
some
mean-
thrones. Yeah, he's got wealth.
Bruce is the one that's been throwing money around.
Well, not here. He was
I
doing
mean,
that in
does-
the middle of the street.
Bruce is gonna have no money left for his drugs.
I know it's bullshit.
It's
It's alright. I'll just have to kill the guy.
I would say gambling would be sort of a combination of like how you want to approach it. If you want to approach it very intellectually, like you want to run the numbers and you like do the statistics, it's probably a investigation or investigation. If it's sort of like trying to bluff and sort of like get people distracted, it'd be a deception check. And if you wanted to like do it most of like reading tells and getting people, it'd be insight.
Okay. Hmm. God, I could do something really stupid.
Hey, those are the best things, man.
You have to cheat.
Just
We need
stick
more
the
money
hand,
to fund our drug
stick the
addiction.
hand on the table. Go all in with the hand.
No,
I
no,
know, I was-
just
I was-
slap
I
down
was
the
debating on, I was debating
flesh.
on wearing the skin.
There is actual playing cards. Can we? We should just play a round of actual
No,
Hold'em.
no, because
Why not?
I'd have to program it in Roll20. It's a whole thing.
No, it's super easy. I've done it before. It's great.
No.
I'll do it right now.
Well, you can play solitaire because you can play by yourself. But what does Jack want to do?
We need. Before I do this, just out of curiosity, so the tattoo that I have on this like a scrap of skin, does it differ at all? Like, basically, what I'm getting at are the tattoos all identical, or do they have like
Did you
slightly
how many icons did you get?
for the awareness?
Yep.
5 total.
5
And
total.
then I got I don't know what the difficulty is, but I got 2 6s that I could potentially
Yeah,
change.
you push one over for that detail, so that quick bit of insight. Yeah, there's one guy, there's one person. It's another woman. She's a little lithe. She's actually chromed out, kind of like you. And what's interesting about her, and that kind of attracts your attention, is her hair is actually chrome. Like it's silvered. Like you don't know if that's a augmentation or if that's just a styling that she has developed or something. It's very interesting. You don't know if that's like micro metal fibers in her hair or what. You're not exactly sure, but she has that symbol. In my mind, it's So here's what I'm thinking the symbol look like. Think of it like this: it's an arch. It's a half circle, and then there's a black half circle with 2 black lines that come down from the top in the middle, like on either side. See what I'm saying? And his is just that symbol. Hers is a circle around all of that.
So an arch, 2 lines, and then a circle around it.
Yes.
Okay.
Whereas his is
But
just the arch and the 2 lines.
Okay, but all of the other people at the table, the ones that I can see having the tattoo, all look identical otherwise.
Yes. Yeah, they look like rocks. They look like the one you have.
Okay.
Do something
Ooh.
stupid. It'd be a laugh.
So for Bruce, while he's formulating the the bartender looks at you, and one of her one cyber eye sort of moves at you first, and her normal eye follows you. And he's like,
Ugh.
"All right, drink something, or I'm kicking you out. You're creeping me and my customers out."
That's Bruce.
Yeah, talking to Bruce.
Oh. Well, what do you have, mate?
I've got a lot.
Gonna be
You have
me or
thrown?
Emu?
Are you thrown, or do you have thrown here, or are you just looking for handouts?
What do you mean? Yeah, of course I got thrown.
She looks at you very like disbelieving. Like, how the hell does a mutant have what money?
I mean, do you want money or not, mate? Give me. What do you got?
She pours a drink. Basically, it doesn't look that great, but you've had worse.
Am I being? Is she upcharging me? Do I know?
No, well, she just handed you a drink. She's like, no, let me see the throne. You saw the drink. Now, where's your throne?
I mean, I'd like to know how much you wanting me to pay. For
I'm
my
not going to
drink.
be specific about it because there's no money.
Yeah.
There's no money in the system.
She's not like.
no,
clearly
she's not.
overcharging me,
No,
trying to
no,
scam me
she's
or
not.
anything, is she?
She's not
Okay,
upcharging
cool.
you. She's not giving
Oh
you.
yeah, here you go, mate.
Okay. She looks at it and is like, looks a little impressed slightly, like, oh, I was not now I've seen everything. But she gives you a drink and says, sit there. Stop bothering me. Goes back
Oh,
to cooling
jeez.
classes,
Thank you.
like every bartender has to ever do in any role playing game.
Ugh.
So Jack,
Okay.
Does she give him a little straw as well?
no, doesn't no. He's not good enough for a straw. That's for the
Wow.
VIPs.
Okay, well, I
Puts it
noticed
in a little
everyone else has
umbrella.
got little straws. Can I get a little straw, thanks?
She just shakes her head no.
Are there any open seats at the table?
No.
All right. He will. He's just gonna walk straight over to it, like he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yep.
Like he totally belongs there. And he's going to pull up a chair, or he'll grab a chair like as he's going, and he'll like sit it down backwards, and then take it.
I knew you were gonna say backwards. I knew it. You're gonna rap with the kids. All right.
Yes.
Okay. They look at you. I want you to make a persuasion check as just sort of like a first impression.
My new inside voice.
You said deception.
Hey,
No,
you'll have to go out if you don't use your inside voice.
Sorry, say that again. Matt?
Persuasion.
Oh, persuasion. Okay. Oh, I'm totally good at these. Do I get a bonus?
No.
Because I'm also. Damn it.
Nope. I mean,
I had
your
to try.
difficulty. Let's just say your difficulty's not as high.
I got 3 success. I got 3 icons.
Did
I
you?
thought you were meant to be
Yeah,
a
you did.
I
cunning
did. I
street
got
guy.
a
What's
5. I got a
with
5, a 4, and then a 5 on the
yeah.
rat guy.
They don't immediately like try to turn you away, and none of them look impressed, but none of them look disgusted either. Like they're just like, what?
Oh, follow-up question before I say anything. Because forgive me, I may have missed it, but did we get a name of the gang?
No, you did not get the gang.
Okay.
Gang.
Damn
Wow.
it.
You knew about the Rock. You did not know about the gang. That's the difference. They know about the gang, and they know a little more information than you guys do. But you're kind of already ahead of them of like some of the. Depending on how you play your cards, quite literally, will determine how fast you get where you need to go.
Sure. So yeah, he just pulls up a chair and says, "So this is where all the popular kids sit."
Ugh.
And the woman with the chromed hair is like, and she turns her head to you, and she has and she's doing it very intentionally to force the hair to flow and move to showcase how well, not that dramatic, but like it's very long too, so it gives a very distinct impression. He's like,
Maybe
"What?"
she's born with it. Maybe.
Yes, we are very popular. That doesn't mean you are invited. What do you want?
He takes the flap of skin and slams it on the table.
Some of them look a little like disgusted / offended, like what the fuck, and she doesn't. She definitely has a harder edge to her, and he's like, "Oh, I see. You have a trophy. Is that supposed to be impressive?"
I just wanted to meet the fella's friends. See what you guys were about.
About you don't know who, and she looks to the other ones with the tattoos and like, you don't know who we are.
Enlighten me.
No, I don't think I will. Why should I speak to someone who has a random piece of skin that has a tattoo on it? That's gross, by the way, but whatever.
Well, I figure if you're letting scrubs like this, like the one that this came off of, I think it'd be fair game for see about joining up myself.
She gives you this very incredulous look, like, what the fuck is this deal? And it's just like,
Nerd.
nerd. Not nerd, but just like, what? Just walking up in here, it's like, what? Scrub. Well, we don't have scrubs in our. She quotation marks her delicate fingers. Now you get closer, her fingernails are chromed too. And he's like, oh, then, but this still doesn't impress me. You have a flesh of skin. You could have gone off a dozen of our associates or other people who want to emulate us.
Nah, this one was a big guy. Went by the name of Rock.
That name gets dropped, and she gives a very quick but very knowing glance at some of the others. The other ones are a little more expressive with their sort of shock or being slightly stunned by what that thing's like. They're like, you, and then she picks up like, you took that from Rock.
He takes a little bow.
I hardly believe that, though you do have some of the telltale injuries from tussling with someone like him. So, what, do you want to join up? Do you want a prize? Are you hunting people like Rock?
Wait, say that again. Say the last part again.
I said, are you hunting people like Rock? I'm not exactly sure. Who are you?
Let's just say I'm a little new in town. I know how these things work. You don't move around the hive without a group.
It's true. Safety in numbers and all that. But you still haven't told me your
Right
name, and I don't like
back.
people who are nameless.
Boy,
You
ask
can
if
call-
they got any midnight gun.
Jeez. Is he like leaning up?
Yeah,
no,
leaning up,
he's-
leaning up over.
Yeah,
to
he's
your-
actually, Bruce is at the bar. Like, you are at the table at the bar. He's not super
Oh,
far away, but he's definitely, there's not much, they haven't really made the connection yet of you two.
Cool.
He just he looks at her. Oh, how rude of me. You can call me Jacta.
That's well, not a bad name, but well,
And what do I call you?
oh, you can call me Cellite.
How do you spell that?
I made it off the top of my head, so give me a second. SELITE, Cellite.
Okay.
Or Sealite, if you want to be another way to pronounce it. Are you looking for work? This is why you decided to take out one of the bigger people on the block to showcase your rep?
Saves a little time, don't you think?
It is a way to make an impression, but impressions sometimes are good and sometimes they're bad.
But you are impressed.
I am.
Impressions have been made.
I'm taking note of you. I'm still debating if I like you or not. I don't
shoot
like...
one of the other guys. Shoot one of her mates that's sitting next to her. Just do it.
Oh.
However, there is a bit of a problem, and this has nothing. It has less to do with me and what I represent, but more to do with Rock. And as she says that, several of the people at the bar, 2 people at the bar and 2 people in one of the other remaining tables get up, and they definitely have the appearance of looming. See, Rock had friends. Well, yeah, I guess you could call him friends. He wasn't one of us specifically, so I don't feel any obligation for revenge. But they may feel different, and with that, they start pulling out las pistols and stuff. And we're gonna cut it there as we go back to Juliet and Aid.
You ready, Bruce?
I just said, I don't know. Sorry, hello. Just sitting there with my drink.
All right, so you guys have headed. You after a couple hours, you guys have made your way. You've used a couple bits of public transportation. You've used a couple of sort of guides, guideposts. Using the maps, you're able to find one of these facilities. You're now currently just underneath the sort of large section of the water processing plant, and you've come to one of these mesh vats manufacturing. Basically, think of a giant algae farm, but this is specific. It's growing a very specific type of organism. It doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't smell pleasant. It's very, very off odor. And in the sort of the entrance to one of these high arched domed buildings that sort of label out the what this place is in high and low Gothic. You see guards, not suppressors, not arbites, not part of the Adeptus Arbites, but probably more like the Manufactorum's guards, like security. They're wearing they're obviously wearing very nicely made mesh armor, probably grown right here. They have las rifles, and they have voxes attached to their helmets, and they sort of a group of them sort of stop you as you come towards, because you look very conspicuous because you are a dude in hairy carapace and a lady in full power armor. You definitely see there are some people coming. There's a lots of stream of people coming in and out. They're obviously being checked into the manufacturing. They're very ragged clothes, very haggard looking. They obviously are people that work here. This is the part of the labor force. And they stop you and go, how may we help you? Are you lost?
I wish to purchase robes.
This is. You look a little like, who the hell is this guy? And they like look back at you and go, this isn't a tailor. You don't buy clothes here. We make the materials that the clothes are made out of.
Then I wish to buy the material.
Well, that's handled somewhere else. Who do you represent?
Out of character, should I throw out the Arbites?
That's
like, would that be?
That's up to you, man.
Asking us, or
well, Juliet's there. You can ask Juliet. You guys decided to split up.
So you mentioned
you divided up your manpower and mental power.
I point to the sister.
Then this. They look a little bewildered because they're obviously you're someone very important because you're wearing fucking power armor. But maybe one of them knows what power armor goddamn is, and looking and goes, "You represent her? Who is she, if I may ask?"
no, man.
I like to say, I am Sister Juliet of the Argent Shroud, and we are here on official business.
Official business.
Secret official business.
Okay. Make a persuasion check because you're not lying to them, but you are trying to get a message across, sort of showcase your presence.
Can I assist?
Sure. Yeah. Your presence is there. You can do that.
Was it persuasion?
Yes. And you go ahead and add 2 dice. Oh.
Nice.
You got 1, 2, 3. You got a total of 3 with a. So you guys, don't forget, you guys have glory. You feel free to use it. You still have it.
So that's a pass.
Yeah, you speak that and you talk about that, and one of them, sort of a light bulb goes off on his head when you say the Argent Shroud and say who you are, and he's like, and he goes up to whoever's been talking to you and he sort of whispers in his ear, he's like, "Oh, we're very sorry, sister. If you'll please wait here, No one told us if someone of your caliber was to be coming. So let me see if I can find one of the houses attaches. And he
It's
go
over here.
he walks off. That one
Please
guy.
hurry. It's very important.
Okay. He tuttles off real quick, and he looks like he's talking in his box. And you hear Juliet's name being mentioned, and there's a little bit of back and forth, and then a few minutes later, a group of the security people come out, but they're surrounding an individual who is tall, lean, very pale skin, wearing the obvious robes of the Administorum, um, the dark reddish gray robes and various chains and iconography of the Imperial bureaucracy. And he sort of wanders over. He's as tall as Juliet is, but he's a lot thinner than she is, especially in the power armor. But he looks down at you, both of you, and goes, "I am attaché. What's a good name? Jero. I meant to say Jero. From the house at Exet. How may I be of assistance to the sisterhood, to the brides of the Emperor?"
We would like to get some materials to make robes, or if you have any robes, we would like to get some.
Well, we do not produce the material. We produce merely the raw stuff that these robes are made of. And he sort of turns and he's like, "Please follow me. I would be honored to show you around."
Of course.
And he walks in. And you guys follow. So
Yes.
the
Yes.
sort of this entourage of security sort of surrounds all three of you now, as you start making your way through the facility. And the facility itself is massive. It's huge. He starts taking you down through sort of the more regal entrances. You're definitely not going where the masses of the factory workers are. You're going sort of through gangplanks and gantryways and through rooms that have sort of plasteel clear display, so you can look down over the factory. You can start seeing the vats and all of the chemicals being processed and moved over. He's like, "Yes, and here we make things." It's very peculiar that they would send someone as such as yourself. Not to say that we are not honored with your presence, but I had no forewarning or foreknowledge that you would be arriving, that the sisterhood was in need of any sort of order. I assumed everything was adequate as far as the governor was concerned, and the imperial tithe was well met.
They are, but this is slightly off the records.
Peculiar. Arrangements can be made, and you started to continue walking. What sort of order do you wish? And it may be so bold. Why?
For me, it's not a specific order. It's just to cover myself up a little bit. Easier to blend in.
This is just a personal order, then. He stops and looks very peculiar at both of you. Like, he's not liking what he's hearing, because things aren't adding up in his head.
It is a personal order, but it is very much needed for our mission.
Mission. Interesting. What brings a sister and her... He doesn't know. He's looking at you, and he's like,
Partner.
"Companion.
Buddy.
Along, buddy, pal." And he's like, "What?" And he continues walking.
Kitty.
Sorry. Cat. He's hungry. I'll feed you in a minute. Go on, go. So, I'm sure I could as a small favor and token of our appreciation to the faithful. Oh, cat. I'm sure our tailors could produce something of exquisite quality for both of you, if you wish. However, the Exet family would like to hear more about you. I'm sure they would love to be entreated and have you as guests if you're willing to repay the favor.
Would we like to be the guest?
What'd you say?
Do we have time for this?
No, how much given time do we have?
That no, she didn't. It was Sable never gave you guys a timetable.
Okay.
Remember, you're here for kind of two
Until-
reasons. One
I
is
think they're getting at until like we have to meet that guy.
yeah, you have 2 days until you have 2 whole days before you're supposed to meet the Scavy. You're supposed to meet the Scavy, but the actual timetable of your mission is open ended. It's until you get the job done. So
Okay,
this mission
yes.
can last as long as it takes for you guys to do what you think you need to do, and you have very multiple things you need to
Do our
accomplish.
personal shopping.
Well, yeah, you've got plenty of time. Definitely making connections is important to
Yes.
the process of what you guys do. But how you go about doing it, that's all up to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we would like to be your guest.
Sounds
you
like a
would not.
fine idea.
You would not be my guest. You would be my lord's guests. The Exet family is well regarded in this place. They control most, if not all, of the mesh producing facilities upon this planet. Like I said, they are faithful. They are of the faith, and they would be honored, and they would see it as a great boon to have one such as yourself with them and in their presence, dining with them. I will have to, as the tailors are going to work on your suits, I will communicate with them and make sure arrangements are made.
Now,
Thank
when you say suits, are we still talking about the same thing as I spoke earlier?
Well, unless you have other attire that you believe is worthy of meeting nobles, high nobles.
This mask is sacred.
I never said anything about not having the mask, but
Very
one
well.
dressed for one dressed for battle, generally not welcome at dinner parties.
Understood.
And I think it would flatter them for one such as yourselves, as he looks at you and you wearing the very materials that they produce in these factories.
As you say.
Very
We
well.
should have put
Let me
out
see
mutual
what I can
buddy.
arrange. And he goes and communicates to one of the security detail. And he runs off real quick, and a little while later he comes back and he nods and he's like, "Oh, you'll follow this gentleman. He will see to you your attire, and I will communicate with my Lord Sol Essek and Exet and see what can be arranged." This is very last moment, so we'll see if he's got time, but I think he'll make time. And he sort of glides off, and you guys are basically shown to what's eventually is a dressing room, multiple dressing rooms, where this is obviously one of the sort of retrofitted out a place where maybe one of the nobles comes, or when they're testing out new products, they wanna work on things and tailor it to very specific specifications. So they would have you guys go through the entire rigmarole, basically get a custom suit, essentially, custom clothes. Go ahead and between you can both roll, but I want you to roll independently.
Okay.
Roll. This is gonna get interesting. Roll.
Dial.
You can either roll cunning or scholar.
Who wore it better?
Here we can see Sister Juliet in the season's newest fashions.
Kind of.
I'm the wrath.
He's wrath. Gotta make yourself look smart.
So I roll 3d6, right? Because the wrath die was still a 1.
Yeah, the rat die does not get
Yeah.
rerolled because if it's a complication, you can't reroll that.
Okay, so 2d6 then.
Well, you would roll 3d6. Yeah, 2d6. You're correct. Sorry. One of them was a success. And Julia.
So I got 2 passes.
You get 2. You get 2 icons. Yeah.
I got 2 icons.
Okay, you get 2 icons, but you got a complication.
Yep.
You rolled
Face.
scholar. Juliet, you are aware of this. This is something that has kind of come up before. And you're just now realizing the implications of it, and it gets sort of a gross feeling in your stomach. By being invited to a noble's house, the noble then gets to, and if you accept, the noble gets to sort of gain the reputation of having the favor of the brides of the emperor, having the sisters and the ecclesiarchy show favor upon the house. This is something that you and your sisters try to avoid, because it means getting the sisterhood embroiled in house politics, and you typically don't want to do that. So you're starting to play in a game that you may want to be part of, but that is up to you. Aid, you get the same suspicion that you're starting to get played for favors. That doesn't mean necessarily it's a bad thing for you. The more you involve yourself with them, the more they are involved with you.
But if they're really awful, we can shoot them, right?
Yeah, but nobles are funny that way in that they're very powerful and influential. They typically can get around things. And
Can't get around a bolt gun.
I mean, they can't get around a
as
flamer.
As an Inquisitorial agent, you could shoot them and claim them heresy, but if you have no proof, it could
He's throwing
your
a
head
poo.
could roll. Aid, though, the problem with yours is you're thinking about that, and then you realize
I'm very
that-
dizzy, Manu. You're
hold on.
okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We're actually going to take a break here in a minute. I'm gonna. Yeah, so this is the complication. It's kind of a brutal one in that, as you're sort of getting off all your equipment to be fitted for this, one of your lasgun actually discharges and shoots one of the tailors. He is not killed, but he is definitely injured and has to be taken out.
Can I heal him with my act of faith?
No, but just because that's generally reserved for very extreme moments of dire
we
need.
heard that poor person.
It's true.
But you can aid them. You can see and try to heal them mundanely. You have the equipment for that.
I would like to try and heal them and apologize.
Oh yeah,
I would
you
like
do.
to
You
assist.
do. The problem is it just complicates the situation because now the tailors are like really, really sketchy, like little skittish around you guys, and the suits. They'll be nice. They'll be good. They're not as great as they could been, but they'll be okay. And all right, so we're gonna take about a 10-minute break, everyone. Thank you very much for going through this with us. We will come back with Jacta and Bruce's bad cop and worst cop and mutant cop routine.
Skip cuts.
Until
Ooh.
then,
Did it
I'll
come
see
out in
everyone in just a
blue?
little bit. Give me a second. Hello, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We are Simulacrum Studios presents Wrath and Glory, Imperial Truth, and I have two of my my scummy scum McScummersons about to get their teeth knocked in by other scummy scum McScummersons. This should be fun. So,
I think they're gonna meet their future wives here.
Yeah, it'd be great.
They may. They may.
Ah!
Yeah, actually, is there any scavy girls hanging around?
Nope.
Oh.
Man, Bruce, gay girls even don't want nothing to do with you.
What are you talking about?
They don't need the holler-back boys.
Have you seen how handsome Bruce is? He's
No,
a
he's
handsome
not
man.
that handsome. Anyways,
What are you talking about?
so
I've commissioned
combat.
out of him.
We're dealing with combat now. So
Yeah.
you all are aware of the situation, so you may all go first.
All right.
It's
So
just you two.
I
Yeah.
think. So, what weapons do you have?
I already told you well, you already know what I have, and I already told you the other thing that I have.
Yeah.
But real quick, before we do anything, I just want to clarify something. Is speaking a free action?
Typically,
Okay.
you can't monologue, but sure.
Yeah. And can we do that on a turn? Like, it doesn't have to be our turn to do it.
Yeah.
All right. So as she like finishes talking about how like he had friends and blah blah blah, Jacta is just kind of look at them and look back at her. He's like, I got friends too.
That's cute.
But out of character, Bruce, if you want to do something, go for it. Otherwise, I'm gonna do my thing.
I'm
Do
thinking.
a little
I think-
heart with your hand, like.
I'm thinking of doing something that might help you out, actually. So, let's
Throw a chair.
So there's two guys right next to me, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think I'm gonna multi-interaction attack with athletics.
Mm.
Two goons.
Hit them with the table.
I'm basically gonna be like punching, and I've got my drink in my hand, so I'm gonna hold my drink and just like headbutt one dude and then punch the other guy with a free hand. I think.
So do you actually just want to interact attack them? You don't want to actually attack them.
My God.
So, yeah, I want to interact attack, and I'm gonna use a wrath
Right.
to try and get another 6, basically.
Yeah.
Keep the wrath die, and it's killing your drink.
Yeah. Oh.
The Emperor is
So
not with
I
you.
get to reroll. 4.
The Emperor's light does not reach this far down.
Oh yes!
Wow.
Oh,
Get
damn.
crushed. Okay, so I'm going to impose a +4 difficulty to these
you gotta
guys.
remember,
on all of them.
you gotta remember the interaction attack, since it's multi, means it increases the difficulty by 2.
Yes.
So normally
their
I believe
athl-
it's 3.
So it'd be 5.
It'd be 5.
You got 12
got-
icons.
And you
I got 12.
Yeah, you
so
have 12. You have 6 from the initial roll. 7, 8,
Yes.
9, 10. Oh, 4s. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. 12. Yeah. So
So I think I'm gonna impose the two difficulties +4 on these two dudes.
okay.
And for my player's call, could I would like to make everyone in the bar that's like in combat afraid of us. Like
Yeah,
to have
they definitely take a moment. No one else is going to interfere.
no, as in like I want to specifically give people the fear penalty.
Okay, sure. I
interactive
can do that. I'll give them an increasement as Bruce like whips out the ultra violence without
Yeah.
actually killing anyone. It's fine enough. And
Yeah.
though I will say this, you do have to use your complication, because you have one, is you have to smash your glass upside someone's head, and the bartender gives you a withering look.
He's very disappointed.
Yes, very disappointed. All
The
right.
bartender will remember that.
So the bartender will remember that. Yes, correct. Thank you, Casper. That's
Should have
pretty good.
scaled your beer first.
Yeah,
Alright,
well,
and
so
then he,
so
just to be clear, these guys next to me now have like a 5 penalty
Yeah.
to anything they do
I'm assuming
involving me.
you hindered them. You didn't make them vulnerable. You hindered
No,
them.
I hindered them.
Yeah.
And then the other people that I didn't smack have like a +1.
Yeah, they all have a +1 because they're shocked that this
Cool.
shark man just came out of nowhere and kind of just wrecked face. So yeah, so 2 of the guys are going to shoot. Actually, 3 of the guys are going to shoot Jackta because they only really were aware that he was a target. But one guy's going to fire him because it's
That's fair.
There you go. Got a critical.
By the way, I think because you actually got 3 successes, not 2.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work right.
Oh, okay.
It's based on I don't know why it's less than 5. Before, so I got a total of 5 successes. What's your defense?
My defense is 3.
So okay. So I'm going to roll a crit.
Are these guys elites?
Yes, but they are low-level elites.
Ooh.
Don't get your arm blown off, mate.
I'm gonna.
Although they do have +1 difficulty, so your defense is actually 4.
That's true. Well, it doesn't matter. They still, because they got 3.
I mean, he crits
6.
you.
What is your standard? What is your resilience?
My base resilience is 10.
10. They probably don't do any wounds, but they'll do 1 because of the crit.
Are you not rolling on the table or drawing a wrath
No,
card or
I did, but I realized that they may not hurt him, and if they don't hurt him, all that happens is you don't get a crit effect. What happens is he takes a wound. Period.
Yeah, okay.
Even if normally he wouldn't take a wound. Yeah, so go ahead and take a wound as the guy shoots you, and he just rings up right up your temple with a las pistol shot.
Yep.
Oh no.
All right, now Jack, you can go. It's back to you.
Okay, so I'm trying to get an idea. First off, has anybody else in the bar moved? Like, are they spreading out, trying to get away from the fight?
Spreading out. They're definitely spreading out. They're moving away. They realize a bar fight is about to break out.
But effectively, we don't have to worry about anybody else.
No.
I'm just okay. So my next question is,
what was her name? Saleh. Saleh. She just is still sitting in her chair, sipping her drink.
Fair enough. So there's effectively 3 guys. Well, there's the 2 that Bruce dealt with.
Yep.
That are still kind of there, but I'm ruling them out for the time being.
Yep.
There are 2 guys who are like next to each other. Then there's one that I'm guessing is on like the other side of the room.
And the one who shot you was the guy at the table with you, like right across the way.
How big of a room is this?
Well, this is probably, think of a standard bar. This is probably like 20 by 20.
Okay.
Just for general measurements.
So, as a simple action, after he gets, shot, grazed, whatever you want to call that type of wound, he's going to pull out the frag grenade that he has been holding on to since that car chase, and he looks at the guy who shot him. He's like, "Now, if you're gonna have a gunfight, you better bring the ordnance." And he pops the pen with his thumb, and he's gonna roll it towards those 2 guys.
Oh, that will okay. Sure. Roll ballistics.
Now, here's my question before I do this. So you said that it's like a 20 by 20. How close are they to me? Like, are they like right on top of me, or are they like?
I'd have to look at blast essentially, because frag is what, blast 3.
It's a medium, so you have to blast 3.
Gets
So
the 3 closest.
Yep.
Yeah. depending on how you're working with blast, you can either rule it as a 3x3 square,
Yeah.
or it gets up to three people if they're close enough to each other.
229.
That's why I'm asking, because like if it's a small enough room where it's going to be in danger of hitting myself or Bruce, I don't want to do that. That's why I'm asking.
No, do it anyway. Why not?
Well, let me think. Well, you don't have a lot. Well, let's be very clear. Jacta doesn't have a lot of experience with grenades.
Sure.
So he's like, oh, this will only hit a few people. Oh shit.
All right, so let me. You said ballistic skill, right?
Yep.
Do I get any sort of range bonuses? Because they're
No.
just a flat. Okay.
It's a flat because A, you're not familiar too much with these, and just to make it easy.
Oh wait, but I can't aim to get because I'm not moving.
Yep.
So I'm gonna use that to aim. So that'll give me a +1.
Yep.
Because
Don't choke. Oh, you choked.
let me think. I mean, spending a wrath isn't going to do anything because that's I don't get to reroll the wrath dice.
You have 3 total.
Yes.
Which would hit them because their initiative is not that high. It's probably exactly 3 actually.
Mm.
You pull the pin. No, I got it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Unless you want to reroll, that's up to you.
Well, no, I'm just saying that like I can't. The only thing that I care about is that I can't reroll the wrath. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you also spend glory. You can spend glory if you.
That's true. You know what? I will. I got lots of wrath.
Yeah, reroll.
So, what do I got? 1, 2, 3 dice.
Yeah, you got to reroll 3 of them.
For another 2, so 4 total.
Yeah, so you definitely hit them, and you can move one of the 6s over to damage if you want, or you can put the glory back, or you can add another glory.
What is it?
You already have 3 glory on the table, so.
Yeah, let's shift 1 to damage.
Okay. So, you roll the grenade, and it do. However, it hits them, but it also hits Cellite, and you take a bit of the blast too because it was a little bit bigger. It ignited a little bit early. So you have just now made a giant mess of this bar as you have blown a small hole in the bottom of it, and you have blasted it with high ordnance. So go ahead and roll damage. And I'm gonna roll. You're gonna take
So 11 total.
11 total.
Yes,
Okay.
because it's base 10, and then I got 1 icon.
You're gonna take 2 shock from your own blast as you get rocked back. Bruce, you didn't know how crazy Jacta was. You've just proven how nuts he is. As he just used a grenade. But one of those guys is like smithereened, like not an issue anymore. The other one has very wounded. Sable is like flipped up over ass over tea kettle over that table. The rest of the room has kind of turned into a giant riot now because
Good work.
you brought a grenade to a knife fight. To a lasgun. No, you brought a grenade to a lasgun fight.
To a gunfight?
Yeah. So that was Jacta's go. One of the guy that was going to now that one guy is dead, so he's gone. One of the guys that can still go is going to attempt to shoot Jacta, but he's going to have a real hard time of it.
Not that hard of a time, apparently.
Nope.
Right?
Well, he's got a slightly increased difficulty. What's your initiative?
It's almost like this is a bad idea.
Well, my defense is 3, and then fear makes it 4.
Yep.
But he got
a lot.
Yeah, he got 4 by himself, and then he got that 6 in there for another 2.
How are you doing for health?
He's not able to do more damage, but he will. What's your resilience right now?
10.
10. I think. Let me look at auto pistol. I doubt it's gonna do enough.
Now that I'm actually wearing armor.
Yeah. It's a little bit harder to hurt you when you're actually equipped to deal with the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Auto pistol. Okay. I doubt this won't even hurt you. Yeah, you don't take any damage. Because the most I can roll, unless I move over the ED, is 9. So yeah, he's a little skittish and he shoots. He does shoot you, but it gets absorbed completely by your armor. You feel the impact of the auto bullet go into you. Okay, and now we're gonna go. Now the two guys are gonna attempt. The last two guys to go are the ones that he's hindered. They're gonna try to attack Bruce, but they're kind of tied up at this moment.
So my defense is 8 with their penalties.
Yeah. Well, I'll yeah. Yeah, they pull out knives and they're trying to cut you. Nope. Nope.
Poor boys.
Do.
Ah,
Nope. Nope. Yeah, they are completely just like they try to go, but you're like locking their arms up and you're trying to swing them
Slap,
around. And the grenade blast sort of threw everyone off. Even you, Bruce, a little off kilter. You didn't realize
yeah.
that Jacta was just going to pull the pin of a grenade in a small building, in a small room.
Worth it.
Is the floor collapsing? Is that like a
No,
this
this is much stronger stuff. But you can almost see like hole. You can see parts of where you can see down to the floor below you guys.
Okay. Good. I was worried.
I'll also point out, just because I realize this right now, you guys are right next to the power plant.
Yeah.
Anyways, move right along.
Here come the Mechanicus.
So beginning of the next round, I'm going to spend a rune to seize the initiative, so that they can shoot Jacta, the guy who didn't get pasted or hurt.
Nah, don't be like that.
Tunsky, we're outie. Bye.
So much for
Hope
information.
you can run.
Oh,
It
now
looks
you
so
roll
hopeful.
low.
Now I roll low. Yeah, nope. He shoots wide too.
It looks so hopeful.
So
for a
now
while.
it's you guys' turn. It's one of you guys can go.
What's your plan, sir?
My plan is to kill the rest of these guys.
Okay. Well, I think you go first because I'm getting like this defense bonus
Okay.
from these two dudes, and I kind of want them to go before me.
So the one guy. So there were two guys that were caught in the grenade blast, but it only killed one, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna draw my hand cannon.
Yep.
And take aim at this guy and fire.
Okay. Well, pull
Or is-
the
or
hand
is-
cannon. Pull,
Oh yeah, that's
pulling
wait,
the
is
hand
pulling
cannon
the
is a simple
hand
action.
it's a symbol.
Yeah, but that means you can't aim and fire.
Aim is the move, right? Though, because you give up your move to aim.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Sure.
So I give up my move to aim, and then I shoot him.
Go ahead.
What's the range on this?
Oh yeah, you're close.
Okay, so +1. 3, 4.
Yeah, you hit him.
I got no 6s, so I can't shift anything.
Nope.
No extra damage, so just 9.
Okay.
9 damage.
Okay.
Oh, I just realized I could've-
You do 1 wound on him.
Sweet.
You shoot him with hand cannon, it blasts back, and he takes it, and he gets rocked back a little bit. So now it's their turn. The one guy who's now Bruce. One of the guy is the hindered lasts until the.
Till I go.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Well, actually, maybe it's not. I'm not sure. I think
I'm going to go ahead and say it's till the beginning of their turn because That would be.
I
ridiculous.
have it right here. I can
Yeah.
literally just have a look.
I would assume it's until their next
One
turn.
round, unless otherwise stated.
Yeah.
So it's until the beginning of their next turn.
Yeah.
Effectively, yeah.
So they're going to. One of them is going to take a stab at you because they are really not liking what you're doing.
Hey, don't be like that.
Oh, that sucks. I'm probably gonna spin a rune to let them reroll.
Oh,
Oh, that
what
was
is that?
terrible. Please don't
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
bad. No. It's the cat.
Can't blame everything on your cat, sir. Look at that
Damn.
face.
Sleepy boy.
What is your defense?
My defense is 3.
2, 3, 4. Yep, he hits you.
Okay.
So what is the? I can't let any sixes. So your strength is probably 3. What is your resilience right now?
9.
9. I gotta roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Exciting as Matthew flips through the book. All right, need to find a warp weapon. Warp weapon. Where are you? Where the heck are the melee weapons? There it is. Ooh, wow. That's actually pretty cool. All right. I get to roll actually 2 ED because Mono Knights get 2.
Oh.
And it's minus
We're
1.
sharp.
So that was just 1, 3, 6, 7. What's your? You have a 9. You said
Yeah.
8. Yeah, they just barely don't penetrate your armor.
Huzzah!
So you do not take any damage
Huzzah!
because
Wait, is it me?
They got 3. Their strength is 3, which is 6. They get +1 because it's 7. Your AP is -1, so that's 8. Yeah, they don't take any damage. You don't take any damage.
You have to try harder than that, mate.
All right. Now it's Bruce's turn.
All right. Okay. So there is a total of 4 people left.
Yep.
Okay. I think it's time. I'm going to do a cold shot and try and bite this guy's eye out. This guy next to me.
Okay.
What?
It's what eye is like what +6?
Actually, that's a +6. Maybe I'll do a. Maybe a. What is it? It's like so.
Arm
could
is
I-
like
so is it-
+2 to hit 1.
And then there's. So could I bite his trigger finger off?
I would call that at least a medium target. So
So
I think
4.
it's +4.
Okay, cool.
On
That's-
top
Bite
of
his
the
face
defense.
off.
I think I'll do for that, and I'm also gonna do a all-out attack so that I get a +2 bonus to this.
What's your initiative normally?
My initiative normally. Like the initiative or the defense?
What's your defense normally?
My defense is 3.
Okay, you can do that because you
Yeah.
can't actually take an action that lowers your defense below 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that weird rule. It's a weird rule. That's why I had to go, all out attack. Well, you need to make sure your defense is at least 3 or higher.
Yeah.
So you can make an
I
all out
getcha.
attack if you want, but you're gonna suffer
So,
a penalty.
Yep, I'm gonna do an all-out attack, and I'm gonna try and bite his trigger finger off, and that's gonna give me how many ED? 2, I believe.
That's gonna give you 2 +2 to hit, and then if
yeah,
you
no,
hit,
sorry,
it'll give you
it gives me
+2 ED.
+2 ED.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah,
be plus. It's +1 per level essentially.
So here we go. What's this guy's defense?
With the increased target number of +4, it would be 7.
7? I get 7, I believe. No, just shy.
Yep, you're just shy. And
One
you gotta-
shy.
We
and
got 3 glory.
Do you have 3 glory?
Yep.
He really wants that trigger finger.
Yeah, I really want that trigger figure. Can I spend 2 die. Oh, but it's like, do I wrath or spend 2 die?
Well, you can do both.
Yep.
You can re-roll, and then you have to decide if you want to use the glory.
I think I'll wrath.
Okay. That'll be your last wrath for the game.
Yeah. Unless I get a comp again. So how many dice am I re-rolling? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You'll probably
Cool.
get it.
I mean, I'd hope so. Yeah.
Yep.
I still-
Wow.
Okay, roll.
So I can. How many die can I shift? I get
You can
5. So I
11.
can shift 2 for damage.
Yeah, you can shift up to 2. So that's 2 plus another 2. So that's plus 4, plus your
So
bite.
I have 5 ED.
Yep, that's pretty
total.
good.
That's pretty good. All right. So this is 7 damage plus 5 EDs worth.
The question is, how much damage do you need to bite his finger off?
10. I do 10 damage directly to his finger. So it's up to you whether
Yeah,
that causes
you
an
wouldn't have
additional effect.
armor, so yeah. But you still get a complication.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. You bite, and you get the trigger
Choke.
finger all right. Problem is, you also get the whole gun, and it goes off while it's in your mouth.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
you remove this dude's arm, like from the wrist down.
Yeah.
God, just completely sheared off, and it fires on your innards. So go ahead and I'm gonna roll some damage.
Yeah. Against no armor, obviously.
Yep.
Fair enough.
What is your normal resilience without armor?
6.
Pretty good.
Big boy.
Take 3 wounds as literally the gun goes off and fires into you, like
I would
fires
like
in
to
the back of your throat, in almost like.
I would like
And-
to soak.
Yes, you may soak if you wish. Sure.
Here we go. Okay, so that's 2. So 1. Okay, and then
So
3
you take
shock
1
down.
shock and then you soak 2 of it.
Yep.
So
So
you
that's
take
3
2
shock.
more shock. So
Yep.
that's a total of 3 shock, and you only take 1 wound.
Sick.
Yeah, it doesn't come out, but it almost does. You feel it penetrate into the soft, squishy back palate of your throat, and
Oh.
it sort of gets lodged in the cartilage and tissue. Yeah. And also you have that juicy, coppery taste of blood going down your throat.
Rich with ham-like flavor.
All right. Now
Also, this guy like,
that
oh
was
gosh.
Bruce's go. Now the last guy next to you will go. He's gonna try to shoot. He's gonna try to stab Bruce.
Go for it. Amazing.
Problem is your defense is what, 1 right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Could take a full defense, but I'll see how bad this
Actually,
looks.
I probably. That seems kind of cheeky, so I'll have to think about that. But they definitely
well.
hit you, but they can't move anything, so they probably won't hurt you. Probably.
Stab, stab.
One. No, they don't hurt you again because they just can't do enough damage.
Huzzah.
Yep. All right. Then that was.
Would you give it a rest, mate?
Now I
he
think
stabbing
it's
his neck or whatever?
Jacta's go. I think.
I already shot. I shot
Okay,
the
that's
one
right,
guy.
you shot, and then that means that the last guy who's wounded is shooting Jacta.
Sure. I mean, he meets my defense.
Yeah, actually he doesn't because he's still got penalties and he's wounded.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So he shoots, but it goes a little wide. It's just a little hair off. Like you feel the bullet pass across your skin.
Mhm.
All right. All right. That's the end of this one. I'm gonna say at the top of this round, a potential other threat becomes apparent as a very notable shotgun gets pulled out from behind the bar by the bartender and points it at Jacta, who used a grenade in her bar. So she got it
Seems
definitely
fair.
pointed right at Jacta. But she is not going to go just yet, so I will let you guys make your decision. PCs may go first.
Do
I'm
you
a
want to go
little-
first? You want me to go first?
I think maybe if I incapacitate this other dude.
You know what you
biting-
should do? You should throw him into her.
I don't want to upset her. She was nice enough to give me a drink. She seems like a nice guy.
You're already associated with the guy who blew up her bar. Your reputation is ruined with her.
Yeah, but
Well,
you
I
didn't
don't-
actually throw the goddamn grenade.
I don't know. I think so. There's 3 people left, really. I mean, there's this guy who's presumably screaming about his hand being bitten off.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he's dead. He's dead. He dies of shock almost immediately.
No, I didn't want to kill him.
Then don't bite his
What?
fucking arm off.
I said his trigger finger.
Yeah, that's called eating his entire arm, his hand.
No, tried
I
just
mean,
to
you
bite
did
his
get his
finger off.
trigger finger and his
I did.
hand and
Yeah,
part of his
well,
arm.
Okay. Okay. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be athletics attack on this guy that's next to me, and then if I get a player's call, I'll do something with it. So I'm just gonna try and.
Are you an interacting attack?
Yeah, interacting.
Yep.
Let's go. Okay. Well,
Hmm.
I get it, but nothing. I also have a +2 penalty.
Yep.
Because I'm heavily injured now.
Yep.
So, I still get it. I imagine.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I have 7.
5. What penalty do you have right now?
+2.
Yeah, you just get it because you normally it would be a 3 and you get +2. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay,
you can
cool.
what would you like to hinder him?
Yeah. I think I'd like to hinder him.
Yeah, so he gets a -1. He
Yep.
gets a +1 to
Alright.
all difficulties.
Cool. All right. Well, sorry. I tried to help. Spend a
Okay,
glory.
So
Maybe.
yeah, was gonna try to shoot the unharmed one's gonna try to shoot Jacta. The one who just got shot is gonna try to shoot Jacta.
Oh no.
So 5, 6.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yikes.
He's definitely not happy with you. So that he's gonna move. What's your defense is 3 right now?
Yep.
So he's gonna move 1 to the 6 to ED. So he's gonna roll 2 DED. So what's your soak is 10?
Sir.
Sorry.
This guy's got a let's say an auto pistol. Yeah, I should just keep the book open. Yep. Yeah, you don't take any damage, sadly.
I'm worried about him. I'm worried about the shotgun.
Okay, so that was your go. So now it's Jacta's go.
Does she say anything to me, or does she just
No, she
pull
has
out
the
the gun?
no. The shotgun. This is the 40K universe. We don't do warnings here.
Is it pointed at me, or did she just
Yes.
produce it?
Yes.
If she's gonna shoot you, guy, I suggest you make amends.
So just how many of these guys are left, besides not including the one that Bruce has? Is it just the one?
No, 2. There's
2?
one
Okay.
guy is partially wounded, and then one guy is well, there's one guy that was wounded by the blast, and one guy that you shot that was across the
Okay.
way table from you.
Drugs would be
Sable
really
has
helpful right now.
righted herself and is now sort of taking cover behind the flipped over table, wondering what the hell you're gonna do next.
Oh, this is Selite.
Solite, sorry, that's Sable.
As his move action, he's going to duck behind the table because now there's a shotgun on the playing field.
Yep.
And he's gonna get down right next to her and he's just gonna look at her for a moment. And says, crazy day this has turned into," and then he's gonna. He's gonna take a shot at the guy that just tried to shoot him.
Okay. She's like, "What are you hiding behind? This is my cover. Not you can't have this cover."
Get out of here.
Share alike. All right, so I can't aim.
Nope.
But I'm assuming I'm still short range.
Yes, you're close range.
But keep in mind, I am wounded, so
Yeah.
it increases his penalty. I don't know if you've been doing that or not.
No, just
but,
I've been modifying it slightly.
okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's a critical.
Yep. So you get to I'm gonna roll a.
Do I get to draw a card?
I'm gonna deal it. I'm gonna deal it to you. Because I think
I think this is the first time I've gotten to draw a card.
Do you get it?
Let me open up the thing. Oh Jesus. Okay. Murderous onslaught. I think this is bad. A thunderous blow sends the target sprawling. Shattered ribs pierce organs. Jets of blood spew from the wound, and your foe lies writhing in pain. The target suffers 1d3 plus 1 mortal wounds and is knocked prone, which I guess is appropriate for getting hit with a hand cannon.
Yep.
Dunsky.
I can't shift anything, so I can't do the severity.
Yep.
Crud.
So what's your hand cannon damage normally?
It is 9 plus 1 ED. Let me roll for that.
Yep. You probably screwed him up because you definitely can't soak the mortal wounds.
So damage. So no extra damage from the damage dice. Do you want me to roll the mortal wounds, or are you gonna roll that?
Go ahead and roll the mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds and 9 damage.
Okay. Yeah. He's basically dead. He's.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3 mortal wounds.
He gurgles and sputters, and life leaves him from your hand cannon shot. And that's one dude down, and now the wounded guy is going to try to. Actually, the wounded guy is not going to try to limp away because he just saw his buddy just get splattered.
Where are you going?
And then the last guy is going to, the one that Bruce hindered is going to try to stab him one more time.
He's not going to limp away too?
No, he just saw his buddy's hand eaten off, and
Ooh! You found your weak point.
Yep, he did.
My gills.
My gills, yeah.
Ah!
Your defense is normal, I believe now. So, but it's still.
Well, apart from the hindered.
Yeah, 5.
And the fear.
3.
Yeah, he still gets him. It still
4,
gets you.
5.
Yeah, he still gets
Just
you.
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna deal 1.
Oh, it's. I think I should do a full defense. I think I have to.
Well, you need to declare it. You really should declare it before I roll.
No, I think you do it. You do it before you roll damage. I think is what it is.
No. Regardless, let this one slide for now.
Okay. So.
Okay, I'm rolling to see what crit I get. It is a ferocious rending. The attack shreds his opponent's flesh into ribbons. Gore furrows of red run torn open, grinding the foe's bones and leaving him open to an attack. Target receives 1d3 wounds and is vulnerable too. He can't make it more severe, so you'll just take that. The normal, yeah, he can't hurt you. I gotta roll 2 ED, and he may actually be able to hurt you. It all depends.
McGills.
Yeah, he does not hurt you, but you're just gonna take
Huzzah.
the wound.
Which I will soak.
You take.
Oh god.
Is it?
Yeah.
You take. Yeah.
Did you just exhaust yourself?
Yeah,
No, not
Yeah.
yet. Well, I only take. Well, it depends how much damage I take.
Yeah, you take
but
3 wounds.
Okay, so
Oh,
then I.
they're mortal wounds. You can't soak that unless you have a force field. Yeah,
Well, then
you-
I don't soak. Then.
Actually, they're normal wounds. I'm sorry, they're normal wounds. So yes, you can soak.
Okay. Well, then I have 1 shock left.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I
You spent
don't
1,
miss it.
and then you soaked the 3 of it, so you took total of 4 shock.
Yeah. Went from 5 to
Okay.
1.
Yep. As you get stabbed, you literally get stabbed in the gills, like by your neck.
Ah!
That your weird physiology exists. That's the only reason you're not dead, as your carotid artery just got slit.
Oh.
So yeah.
Ah!
All right. The bartender is going to try to, at the end of the round, because Jackson made no mention, no way, didn't leave, and didn't say anything. He's going to try to get shot by the bartender, but you're going to get partial cover because of the.
Yay! I think it's just a flat +1 bonus to
Yep.
defense is all
Yep.
it is.
Oh, poor guy. Hey, it's not
Yes,
so bad.
it hits the table.
Yep, it does hit the table.
You do have ruin.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Get out of here.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that was kind of a hits the table kind of over your head shot of you're not welcome in my bar anymore.
Turns out she's actually an adversary.
Maybe now.
If I had that card, I would play it absolutely. Same one.
Shut up.
The upgrade card.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah. You didn't pay your tab. Anyways, so top of the round, we are back to the PCs. There's pretty much only 1 combatant on the field, and that was the one who just 2. One the one that stabbed Bruce and the bartender.
Bruce, do you want to do something?
Yeah, I think I'll just bite this guy's
Okay.
face off.
Okay.
Since he
Biting
stabbed me
the
gills.
face off.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna do a cold shot, but this time I think I'm gonna just actually no, I'm gonna try and do a cold shot and incapacitate him. Basically. So I'm gonna try and like bite his arm or something.
Mhm.
Whatever that. So +4. So oh, and I'm also gonna do an all out.
Okay.
So let's do it.
It's gonna be really bad.
Actually, I'm not going to do that because I have a +2 because I'm injured.
Yeah.
So,
Also, you're vulnerable right now. You have a vulnerable 2
yeah.
on you.
So no, I'm just going to do a normal attack,
Yep.
which misses. Yikes! I get it. I get 3. Does that hit?
You're plus no because you're wounded and because you're wounded right now. His defense is normally 3, so
yeah.
no.
So 5. All right.
You come up a little short. So
Yeah.
that dude's gonna shoot back at you because you're vulnerable.
No, please, don't do it, friend. We can sort this out.
You just try to eat his face.
That was a mistake.
So
Oh,
you're
no.
sorry.
Don't do it.
He definitely hits you.
Okay.
You gotta move 1 to ED.
This is what happens when we don't have the voice of reason that is the sister of battle. Which is kind of odd to say because it's a sister of battle.
Ooh.
There are many orders. Some of them specialize in talking.
Yep.
I don't think she's one of them, though.
Not specifically since he said, "I'm the shy one." So that
she's
was.
just letting us, right?
What is your resilience? Minus 1.
Resilience is 9.
Actually, I gotta look at an effect because these are mono 9s, which means they are penetrating.
AP1. Oh, penetrating is just if you can shift a dice.
Yeah, which he did, which is
Okay.
makes it another -1. So it's
Yep.
what's your resilience -2?
Savant.
7.
Yeah.
6. So take 2 wounds.
Okay, I can no longer soak. I
Right.
have 1 shock, but I can't just carry over anyway.
Yep.
So how does that work? If he
I'm
is
still trying to figure that out. I would actually say as long as you can pay the one shock to soak, you can basically just try to attempt it and soak the rest of it. But you end up not having any. You don't go into negative shock or anything weird like that. You just don't have shock. Like it's a last gasp of being able to soak.
It actually talks about it, and it says if you run out, the extra stuff just gets converted into damage anyway.
Yeah. So
gets
it's
converted
no
to
use
wins,
to
so
it's no use
it's
trying
literally
to
no
soak
use.
at one
yeah.
because you have to
So
always
yeah,
have a
no,
search.
I'm not looking great. I've still got 3 wounds left. But
Yeah, this dude straight up he stabs you again, and he got a good purchase, and then he just comes back and does it again while you're trying to bite at him.
you son of a bitch.
Now that was him. Now it's Jacta's turn.
so the other guy limped away, right?
Yeah, he's
Like
limping
he's-
away. He's trying to make it out the door.
But he's clearly not trying to fight. Like he's just trying to escape. Okay. And then we got angry Lucy or whatever her name is.
It is
I
now.
apologize.
It's Lucille. Thank you very much.
Steel. Has she actually told us her name?
No.
Yeah, okay. So seeing the fact that it looks like this fight is just about wrapped up, aside from her, he's gonna kind of like poke his head out, and he's just, come on, lady, it's not that bad. This probably happens like 2-3 times a week for you. Come on.
Roll persuasion.
Oh gosh.
And you know what? He is going to. I'm gonna just do this just because I don't want this to escalate anymore. He's gonna toss out a sack with some credits in it that is representing a piece of wealth.
Okay.
He's, like throw it to the
Sure.
bar.
Yeah. So I'll give you a bonus. I will give you a bonus to that. Yep.
You said persuasion.
Yep.
Well, this could go many ways. How much glory do we still have? Current 3.
Yeah. No one's spent any.
Okay, so that's 3, 4. Is that enough?
Yeah, especially since you threw money at her.
Okay.
That is enough. She's like, get out of my bar and never come back.
He sort of gives her a salute. Certainly.
Okay, Bruce, what do you want to do? Are you gonna continue tussling with this guy?
I could have just this guy has to die now.
Okay.
He's hurt me too much.
So basically,
yeah,
what's gonna happen is we're gonna do this one more round. I'm just gonna go and say, you eventually get this guy, like straight up. You bite him, and he is no bueno.
Yep. Easy.
You tear into him, and you sort of spit out a lot of the pieces that you've accumulated in your mouth.
Yeah.
And you make your way out with Jacta. I will, though you did roll a complication on that last deck, and because of your unique and violent nature, I need you to make me a corruption test. Resist corruption.
Can I willfully fail it?
No, you can't choose to fail it.
Resist corruption or conviction? What do you want?
Was resist corruption.
Okay. Yes, double the corruption.
Wow.
Yep.
You take me.
Get 2 more.
You've gotten 4 corruption in this session alone.
Guys, I'm not kidding you. Like, their criteria for corruption is actually kind of low. Like, hearing heresy can make you have a corruption test.
I know.
It's a low one. You can rack it up quickly.
I know.
Good.
So as we're leaving, I'm gonna turn back to Salite before we go.
Mm-hmm.
I just say, just think about my offer, and then he walks out.
Okay. Noted. She looks at you like, what the like you walk out the door and she's like, what the fuck was that? The weirdest, like, and just for comedic relief, we pan back into the bar, and like part of a chandelier or like ceiling fan just goes it's like hanging by a thread, just finally gives up the ghost, just slams down into the ground. There's blood and gore are all through this place. All right. We have a little bit of time
Knock it
left.
off, Bruce.
Yep. I am going back to Juliet and Aid. You guys have been there for a couple of hours. You have been treated to some decent food, given some refreshment, and suits and tailored suits or dresses, however you see fit that your character would wear, have been yes, stuff. Yes, they're writing in the chat. Of course, they get food. You get bullets and stab wounds because you throw a goddamn grenade into a fucking
Hey,
bar.
I didn't start that fight. I just escalated it.
Well, that escalated quickly. Yeah. So you're given whatever you know. What would Juliet want? Would she want a suit, a dress? How would she want to attire herself?
She would just like a plain robe.
Okay, sure, absolutely.
Not-
they can
not
do
fancy.
something unsophisticated for you. It's very nice trimming. It's very well made. I will definitely say that. It's very well made. It's just very plain looking. It's got an aquila across sort of like the high on the shoulders. So it sort of has a nice regalia. What would Aid want? Obviously, probably a suit.
A suit, plain.
Yep. Okay. Very similar to hers. In general,
Even
design.
actually maybe a robe.
Yeah.
Either or, like a Ministorum robe or a suit. He wouldn't mind either or.
Yeah, they can give you they give you a suit. They sort of put a full extra. They actually put your rank on it, like they emboss the rank and everything. And then they says after that time what did I name this guy, because I had to come up with it off the top of my head.
I did not write it down.
Crap, I should have.
That was my mistake.
I would have, but
might
I'm
have
not
written
near.
it down.
Jerry.
No.
Also, a quick question.
Yeah.
Did when the gun misfired or just shot, was it because a servant was handling it, or
No,
was it because
it was just one of those. It was sort of a sequence of happenstance. Like you were getting out of your clothes and putting the gun down, and then probably something was in your way and it tripped over and misfired.
Okay, just making sure.
Because sometimes, especially those types of guns, can be temperamental. Because you got to remember, it's not like a normal gun that has like a bullet casing. This is all there's actual digital electronics in it, and so things can misfire. I'm sure I am recording this, so I can listen back and figure out the name.
Was it Isset family?
Exet.
Exet.
EKSET. I'm gonna say this. Jaros. I'm gonna call him Jaros for now, even though because I forgot his damn name. I'll remember it later. Jaros comes back, and that's the attaché that has been helping you. And he's like, yes, you look all very right and proper with your new attire. I hope they fits well.
It does.
Very well, thank you.
Good. Everything has been prepared. You will, my lord Soul will be down. His arrival is very intimate, not immediate, imminent, and he and a small feast has been prepared in his in his gallery. If you would please follow me. Let me look up something.
Okay.
So you are taken a few stories up, and you're definitely far away from the factory, the primary factory. You're still in the facility, but like everything in the 40K universe, it's bigger and larger and more elaborate than anything humanity on Earth has ever constructed. So you are shown to a very opulent place. This place is very finely has tapestries and pieces of art and other things. This is definitely a place where, whenever the owners or the nobles come down to inspect the factory and to get updates and stuff like that, this is where they hang out. This is where they feel most at home. And you are escorted into a what you would consider one of the most lavish and largest dining rooms that you've ever seen. Uh, for both of you, you're used to large rooms like this housing hundreds of soldiers and sisters all eating and praying together, whereas this is literally one room with a table, and sitting at the end there is a gentleman. He is in an elaborate suit. He's tall. He's not particularly thin. He's pretty much average build. His skin is slightly tanned, which is a little surprising. That means he gets some sort of UV infusion of some sort. You see two women at either side, on his left and his actually both of them are on his right. They're sitting next to each other. They definitely all have the similar appearance, so they definitely look like their family. Dark hair, slightly tanned skin. They're definitely wearing the robes of aristocracy, high leggings, very large dresses. One of the ladies is wearing a wig, like an actual, like fully manicured wig. And there are servants about to and fro. You definitely see some security around. Your equipment has been stowed away and has been promised that it will actually be cleaned and maintained and will be brought back to you in proper working order at the end of the dinner. So you have no weaponry. Well, you two could have like one like potentially like a firearm or a melee weapon on you, but pretty. That's all, or that's allowed because that's ornamental. It's there to show your station and your ability, not to actually be used.
I wouldn't have anything.
Okay.
No.
I don't think Juliet would have anything
Okay.
either.
So yeah, you're showed in. There are on one corner there is a servitor there that is just stationary, and it obviously looks like this is like a heavy security servitor. So if there's any dramatically potent threat, it's designed to come activate and go to work, as it were. And you are escorted by Jaros to two seats on the right side of what you assume is Sol Exet, the noble you're here to meet, and Jaros then glides his way on out the door, and before you begins the first round of feasting. Very opulent food and very rich drink are starting to be served, and when you guys get close, Sol and the two ladies get up and actually stand and wait for you guys to be seated, and then they themselves sit down out of respect. And it's like, oh, hello, thank you for meeting me. My name is Sol Exet. It's a pleasure to meet both of you. I'm deeply honored.
Likewise.
You. I like to sit down.
Sit, please. He is, when you get close to him, you realize how young he is. He's probably barely what would be the equivalent of his early 20s. He's still got a very kind of slightly roundish face. He's got a youth to his demeanor. His sister, the ladies, are obviously family members, and they're older than he is, actually, surprisingly enough. Not dramatically so, but they definitely look older than he is at his this time. I was like, ah, yes, these are my two sisters. This is. Hold on, I wrote these down. This is uh, uh, this is Wythra and Lucinda. Um, they and they both curtsy and nod in respect, and everyone sits. Um, we are the nobles of the Exet family, if that is not plainly obvious to you. Um, Jaros has explained the best to his ability of the reason for your visit, and I must say, piqued my interest. Um, could you explain more of what you're doing here? It can't be just the wares. I know they're very fine and all, but it must be more to it. They would not send such regal luminaries such as yourself to get some robes.
Well, I, for one, am here to spread the teachings of the Emperor upon the lower hive, so I wish to look more the part.
Oh, doing a bit of missionary work, I see. Interesting.
Yes, we do
Indeed.
stand out a lot among the people here.
That is true. You are notable and capable servants of our Lord upon the throne. Um, these are trying times, and I can understand why why they would need such support. Um, Aid, I'd like you to roll deception because you're kind of lying.
That's a fair point.
Yep.
I will re-roll one, I guess.
Yeah, you can if you wish. Well, you can re-roll both of them because you'll re-roll two, the wrath die and the one that you rolled. Yeah, unless it's a complication or a 6, you wouldn't. No reason you would want to re-roll a 6. So if it's ever a 1, you just don't re-roll that round. Yeah, 2. Okay. Yeah, you
Not
talk,
two.
and he doesn't seem. If he notices, doesn't give it away. Yes, yes. Well, you definitely all look the part, though. I would be. We could have added more embellishments. Our tailors are very. We spare no expense for their skill and ability. But I understand you all wish to be humble, and you don't wish to proselytize too mightily. Sometimes.
He would nod.
Okay. And then give me 1 second. I need to read something. The younger of the sisters, Lucinda, the one that's sitting farthest away from Soul, it looks to you and goes, "Oh well, again, like as my brother said, thank you very very much for being here. I, for one, we are blessed that you have arrived. The hive has grown very unrestful recently. I've heard such of the tragedies of the riots and the parades and all of that, and I fear for the lives of those that work for our family. When she says that, you see Soul looks to her and slightly rolls his eyes, where and Wythra actually looks a little shocked, like you're not supposed to talk about the help type of situation. Um, and she goes, and Wythra then speaks up. It's like, now I understand their plight is laborious, but that is their duty. That is their place. Don't let it burden you too much. You'll never feel. You'll always feel that pain, and I would want you to spare you of that.
I think I would just sit there and mainly listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they start just sort of chit chatting, but then it's like, but you, sister, and this is Lucinda talking to Juliet. Lucinda would say, um, you probably have not been here for very long. What 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 have you seen in this hive? What would you want to do here based on what you have seen?
I don't really understand the question.
Like she's asking you, like she's obviously looking for a leisure of guidance and being like, "Hey, you've seen the hive, you've seen the problems. What would you want to do to solve them?"
Okay. So the violence is very awful, and we would like to find a way to stop it, but we should also have empathy for the people that are being hurt by the riots. And maybe they're also causing riots themselves because they're hurt as well.
Lucinda nods and it's like, yes, pain begins. Wythra is like, looks at you a little harshly, like you're encouraging her, and Wythra's like, yes, I can understand that, but there's not much to be done. The Imperial tithe must be met. And then Soul butts in and goes, yes, we all understand. Oh, and now we can no longer see Fats. Yes, I understand. The Imperial tithe is very burdensome. From the top down, we all feel it. But unfortunately, this is the price we pay for the protection and bounty that the Imperium gives us. I mean, we would not have the governor and the protection of the mighty Astra Militarum if we did not pay our due. And again, this is just how things are done. And Lucinda sort of hems and haws about that, but she goes back to it's at this point that the Wythra actually looks a little distracted for a moment. And then she sort of dabs her forehead, and then there's a very subtle shudder that goes through her, and she asks to be if she could be dismissed. And Soul looks at her a little. It's like, oh, is it that is it that affliction again? Okay, go see Jaros again. His medicine will help you. Go ahead, and anyone with Medicaid can roll, but make it intellect plus Medicaid.
Okay.
Juliet doesn't. It gets one.
So that
got
was
5.
bad.
Yeah, you can re-roll that. Don't you have tons of wrath, and we're almost
Yeah.
done. So if
Can
you
I
want to go
use
ahead,
one of those?
yeah, you can. So you'll re-roll 3 of them. You'll re-roll through the 3. So you get a total of 2.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't do bad,
That is
poorly.
really
You just,
bad.
So, do you want to use Juliet? Do you want to use some of the glory? I mean, that's gonna go away too.
Does anyone mind if I use it?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Okay, so should I roll 2?
Yeah, 2's fine. Yeah, so just eat up 2 glory. Ooh, there you go. So you get 3.
Yes.
Aid still did very well, but Juliet's able to pick you got 5, and then Juliet got 4. Sorry, because she got a 6.
That girl's probably possessed. Needs an
No.
exorcism.
Actually, it's not possession in any sort of traditional, sort of heretical way. You two have seen this in your sort of experience with the military. It is not terribly uncommon for sisters and fellow soldiers to become addicted to drugs. But these are the signs of withdrawal. She's obviously suffering from some sort of absence of in her system.
Huh.
And so this has caused her to go. This is a very subtle thing. You'd have to be very experienced with this sort of situation to pick up on it, and you guys are able to pick up on it.
Maybe
I
we
wouldn't
found
say
some
anything or react.
Yeah. And then then one of the security guards escorts Wythra off out of the room, and so it's just Lucinda and Saul, and they continue talking with you. It's like, but hopefully after this round of tithings, things will settle down. We will be able to, the stores will grow once again, and the people will be able to get the appropriate care that they deserve for their sacrifices. We of the Exet family have always treated our laborers with understanding and compassion, even though the work is hard and dangerous. I just wish we could do more, honestly. I'm just very sad that we have to deal with the Fuentes all the time. Their damn mining principles send thousands to their death every day.
Can
Oh,
I
really?
can I see if he's lying about the caring for his servants and
Sure,
workers?
you can totally roll insight.
And also, as we walk through the factories, how do the conditions look?
You're not familiar with like manufactorums. That has not been your expertise. You didn't get a long group, so that would be. I would give you I would say no different than anything else you probably have ever seen.
Understandable. Okay.
But to see if he's lying, that's an insight check.
Wow. Well, the dice really don't like me.
Nope. You can try to re-roll that last one. You have
Yeah,
one
I'll
left.
do it. Hell, why not?
Yep. But you get to re-roll 4 of them, one of which is the rat die. Surprised no one's playing their campaign cards, man.
Mine's only for combat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same.
I got 3.
3? Cool. Very good, very good. Total of 3? Yeah, total of 3. Did you re-roll the rat die?
Yeah, I did. Or did 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay. I'll say the last one was your rat die, so that's fine. He's definitely not. He's putting on a good show. He's definitely puffing up himself and his establishment, but you can't tell which one's the lie, where the lie is.
That's fair. Okay.
You definitely exaggerate. He's definitely exaggerating, or he's bending the truth a little bit. You're not sure where though. In those statements that he's making, you don't know where, but you definitely know he's trying to impress you and to make himself look good. And Lucinda's like, yes, I've always tried to give what is necessary, and because I believe that a healthy, strong workforce makes for better production, and things get better for everyone involved. She definitely, when she's about to, she looks like she's about to say something, and she bites her tongue. I'll straight up say that's very obvious. She's definitely the middle child. She has something to say, but she knows she's not supposed to say it.
Lucinda, is there something you'd like to say?
Yes, but not in this current company. I apologize. I wouldn't want to speak ill of the way things are. And I'll leave it at that. I apologize. And she definitely, when she's trying to apologize to that, she's looking specifically at Juliet when she says that.
Okay. I don't say that in like an interrogative way. It's just like,
hey, you got something
noticed.
Yep.
Juliet would like to smile at her and say that we don't hide secrets from the Emperor, and he knows. And that if she would like to talk to me later, then I'd like to invite her.
She will go. Oh, yes, maybe a bit of confession would be good for my to unburden myself. Yes, yes. And Soul looks at that. He doesn't say anything though. Like he's just a little wary when he looks between the two of them. And he sort of and then the meal sort of proceeds, and you guys sort of wrap up. There's a couple courses, so this takes like an hour. All of that stuff sort of happens between several courses. It's not all at once. I'm just sort of truncating it and abstracting it down because we don't have 4 hours for actual like 7-course meal. I would love one, but no. Yeah, and you are. He rises from his seat and says, "It has been a tremendous honor to speak with both of you. I'm very sorry for Wyther's absence. I will make sure she is well. But my Jaros will come and escort you out. Please, go with my blessings and my largesse with these robes, and please tell your friends this is where you got it and who you got it from."
Understood. It was a pleasure.
I would like to ask Lucinda if she would like to walk with us.
Yeah, and actually, and when you say that, and Lucinda's like, "Don't worry, Saul. I will escort them out. It'd be my pleasure." And he understands probably what's about to happen, but he doesn't seem too concerned by it. And then he nods, and you all walk out, and she's leading the way.
I walk quietly. Don't say anything.
Yeah, there is an escort of security around you guys. That's just something that happens. She doesn't go anywhere without some sort of protection. So those are the other people that are around you.
I would like to ask her what is on her mind.
Well, she's talking to you, but it's my brother, and it's the whole damn riots. I didn't want to speak ill will of the Imperial tithe. I understand it goes to good works all across the galaxy, defending humanity against terrible things, things I could never dream of. But it burdens the people so much, and we have so much wealth. My family is so well connected. While our family may not be directly related to the governor, there have been a few governors in the past that have tied themselves to our family. I just wish we could do more, but my hands are tied, and I hope and I pray that you, now that you're here, a servant of his will, can do some good. I really, really hope that.
I would like to say that her thoughts are very valuable, and thank you. Did my internet just cut out?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I was shaking my fist at Fats because he has a cat.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's like, I understand, but again, I know this was a little bit of a show for my brother and friends of his, but if you both need anything, just try to contact me. I'll see what I can do. I may not be the head of the house, but I'm not without my resources.
We appreciate it.
Understood. And then if there's nothing else, she'll escort you out.
I would like to ask her if she has any ideas on how the people can be helped and like how to stop the riots.
I don't know particularly that I'm so far removed from everything, you understand, by my station and my power. All I can say is, from what I've heard, that there possibly is a new drug that has been making its way. I don't know what it's called. I just heard of it's stirred up the lower hive a great deal, and it's slowly making its way to the higher elevations. Plus, I believe the Arbites are being overrun just by the sheer dint of the faithful. So many people pilgrim here. So many people from outside and everywhere get kicked up when the parades begin for the celebration of the Father Faithful. That it's just really hard to control. But this is the worst I've ever seen.
Do you know where the drugs are coming from?
I would have no idea. I'm sorry. I assume the Underhive, but all terrible things tend to come from there, as it want to do. The only other thing I can think of that is plaguing the hive that could use your guidance would likely be the governor and the nobles are at odds with one another. They typically are, but things have gotten a little dicey. I'm not exactly sure why. That may be worth looking at.
Yes, of course.
Noted.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you very much. Go with he.
Ave, Lucinda.
Ave. All right. On that note, she escorts you guys out. You guys are free. You're back down the masses on the streets of the hive. I'm going to close it out there. Thank you, everyone. It was a lot of fun. Very unexpected. I didn't know where you guys were going to go this game.
I survived.
You guys did fine. You act like reasonable human beings. Not these two chuckleheads over here.
Scum.
Scum.
Dumbheads.
Yeah, these two scum.
Scrubs.
Well, if you gave me a grenade, that probably would have been different.
He had a flamethrower. If he had been there, it'd been 10 times worse.
Oh yeah, everyone just heresy purged, all of it.
Everybody.
But anyways, we're gonna be out of here. Bye bye.
Au revoir.
I see you guys. Hopefully, we'll see everyone next week. Bye bye.
Uh-huh.
Indeed.